Casino, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas 51's baseball is on Fox Sports Radio 1460. 51's baseball is brought to you by Carl Jr., Budweiser, Golden Nugget, Cox Communications, Anderson Dairy, and Pepsi. Now to the stadium with the voice of the 51's, Russ Langer.
A very pleasant good day to all of you here at Cashman Field. The Las Vegas 51s are back in action tonight. Today, yeah, it feels like a night game sometimes. The 51s are taking on the Top Farm Club of the Angels, and that would be the Salt Lake Bees. These two teams have played twice in the series. Las Vegas won the first game by a score of 8-5, and they held a 6-1 lead, a 4-1 lead at the end of 5 innings into the 6th inning last night. And the Salt Lake came back with 1 in the 6th, 5 in the 7th, and won the ball game by a score of 9-6. Russ Langer here. Mike's side is Mr. Dick Williams back in the saddle for his Sunday assignment. Mr. Williams was out of town. Dick, good to see you back.
Always good to be back, Russ. We've got to get some victories for this ball club now.
Team has played well at home. They're 19-7, but they're playing another first-place team, Salt Lake. The Angels have a lot of prospects, as the Dodgers do, but for this game, the 51s will have right-hander William Juarez going against a late addition to the Salt Lake situation today, righty Jeff Haverlow, son of former big leaguer Dave Haverlow. And we'll see how that goes. Magnificent day for baseball.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It is really gorgeous. Just we might as well enjoy this while we can. What is it, 75, 78 degrees today? It's going to get up in 100s by the end of next week.
If you have no plans, come on out and join us. The 51s are taking on Salt Lake. They played 2 good games in the series, 2 first-place teams, the Angels and the Dodgers, AAA style, going at it here today. I'll be back with more as the pregame show continues from Cashman Field right after this.
Hi, I'm Will. I'm the guy who supplies Team Dew drivers Jeremy Mayfield and Casey Kane with great tasting ice-cold Mountain Dew after a long race. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret that only us seasoned professionals know about. I also give them a Dew to chug before every race, too. There's nothing like a Dew to get them refreshed and ready to go. So when we say they're fueled by Dew, we mean it. Last year alone, Casey tore up so much track he was named the bestest rookie of the year. Jeremy drove all the way to a top 10 finish. These guys are serious about racing, just like I'm serious about getting them that Dew. Product delivery is a high-speed process, so quick decision-making is imperative. If you turn left when you're supposed to be turning right, you could lose a fanny pack. When people ask me how I knew the product guy was a role for me, I always tell them about the first time I handed a Mountain Dew to one of my friends. Hey, Will, he said, can you hand me that Dew over on that table? I sure can, I said, and the rest, as they say, is history. If I could give you an ice-cold Dew, I'd do that too, listener. Get fueled by Dew.
There was a time when kids played in the park on the way home from school, when folks held hands on evening strolls, and neighbors often became your very best friends. Once there was a time, now there is a place. Providence Master Planned Community. From the old-fashioned ballparks to lively paseos and bustling neighborhoods, this is where great traditions live again. Providence. North I-215 at Lullaby. Learn more at ProvidenceLV.com. An equal housing opportunity.
Hey, it's Steve from the Wise Guys. Listen to us weekdays from noon to 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
And then the family followed us everywhere.
Wherever they moved, Brad and Kim Tyler liked the security of having American Family Auto Insurance.
All I had to do was call my agent, and immediately they follow up on it.
They're very responsive.
They take care of us.
Call today for a free, no-obligation auto quote. American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
See the yellow pages for the American Family agent nearest you and call today. Or visit us at amfam.com.
Welcome back again, friends, to Cashman Field as the pregame show continues. And this reminder, my friends, Las Vegas 51's radio broadcasts are copyrighted by the Las Vegas 51s, the Pacific Coast League, and the National Association of Minor Leagues Incorporated. Any rebroadcast or any other use of the descriptions of 51's games without the written permission of the 51s, the Pacific Coast League, and the National Association of Minor Leagues is prohibited. The 51s and the Salt Lake Bees going head-to-head for this one. Las Vegas with a record of 27-22. They're in first place. Around the lead yesterday, Tacoma beat Colorado Springs by a score of 10-6 behind Cha Sung Beck, who got his 4th win Fresno. All of a sudden, Fresno came out of nowhere to win 6 straight games, and that really tightens things up in the 51's division, the Pacific Southern Division. Fresno beat Tucson 5-1 as Brian Cooper got the win over veteran Terry Mulholland, who's trying to comeback now with a Diamondback system. Memphis had a good day. They took 2 from Omaha, 6-5 in game 1 and 4-3 in the second game behind Allen Venice. Meanwhile, Iowa beat Nashville 3-2 as Les Walron got his 5th win, and New Orleans rolled past Oklahoma 17-2 was the final there. Albuquerque was a 4-3 winner over Round Rock behind the veteran Brad Klontz, and Sacramento was rained out once again up in Portland. And so if we look at the standings now, we'll see that in the Pacific South, Las Vegas remains in first place despite last night's loss to the Bees. They lead Tucson by half a game. Sacramento, a team that'll be here Tuesday, 3 games out, and Fresno is in last place. They are 5 games out. So the only 5 games separate the entire division right now. And it's really getting tight in the 51's division. In the Pacific North, Salt Lake, the team that the 51's are playing today, they're 29-19. That's good for first place, but they only have a game and a half lead on Portland, while Tacoma's in third place, 4.5 out. Colorado Springs in last place, 11.5 out. In the American South, Albuquerque's in first place. They have the league's best record at 31-19. They lead Round Rock by half a game, New Orleans by 4.5, and Oklahoma is 10.5 out. Finally, the American North, the 4 teams there, Nashville in first place, leading Iowa by 5, Omaha by 8, and Memphis by 9.5 games. Friends, there was a time when children played in the park on the way home from school, when your neighbors often became your very best friends. Providence is a community built on the notion that some things are just too good to leave in the past. Visit Providence at I-215 in Wallapai or at www.providencelv.com. Back with more as the pregame show continues right after this.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with ads, money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. Founded in 1930, Yellow Book is America's oldest and largest independent Yellow Pages publisher. Look for Yellow Book's easy-to-use directories in major markets like Denver, Las Vegas, Chicago, New York, and more, as well as hundreds of smaller markets throughout the country. You'll even find Yellow Book online at yellowbook.com. Delivering to homes and businesses throughout the area, Yellow Book combines the great features consumers want with advertising rates business owners can afford. In fact, an ad in Yellow Book can cost significantly less than an ad in the phone company directory. Don't miss an opportunity to reach thousands of potential customers. Advertise your business in Yellow Book today. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. That's 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
You shall be named Fox Sports Radio 1460.
How much ass does that kick?
KDNO Las Vegas.
It's opening season at the Golden Nugget. Check out our digs and our new Major League lineup. Play ball! Arrive in style at our new Grand Valley entrance and Port Cochere. Then slide into our remodeled luxurious marble lobby. Experience Vic and Anthony, a rookie to the team who's been recognized as one of America's top 10 steakhouses. Step up to the plate for a prime steak and all-star service. Or try Cantonese, Sichuan, and Pan-Asian cuisine in a contemporary setting. Lily's Noodle House will have all your bases covered. With 29 AAA 4-Diamond awards and 60 years of striking success, Golden Nugget's record is unlike any other in Las Vegas. It's a big hit. The 51s know that the Golden Nugget is the place to be for Las Vegas' great American pastime. Golden Nugget Las Vegas. It's a brand new ball game. Visit GoldenNugget.com for a complete roster of renovations.
Welcome back, friends. Starting lineups brought to you by Supercuts. Supercuts has 32 convenient locations. Call 1-800-SUPERCUTS for the location nearest you. Supercuts every time. For the visiting Salt Lake Bees, managed by Brian Harper. Top Farm Club of the Angels, leading off in center field, Reggie Willits. Batting second, the left fielder, Curtis Pride. Hitting third at second base, Howie Kendrick. The cleanup man is right fielder Nick Gorneau. Batting fifth and catching, Jeff Mathis. In the sixth spot, third baseman Mike Elward. Batting seventh, the designated hitter Corey Myers. Hitting eighth, playing first base, Ryan Buddy. And batting ninth at shortstop, Adam Pavkovich. On the mound is righty Jeff Heverlo, making his first appearance for Salt Lake. He just got picked up as a minor league free agent. He's been with the Seattle organization last year. Back with more as the pregame show continues right after this.
Total Document Solutions from one company, Advanced Imaging Solutions. One company providing total document solutions, including Kyocera Media multifunctional network copiers that enable you to copy and print and scan direct to email or fax, all from your PC. Kyocera Media multifunctional network copiers produce faster, superior quality printing and copying. Kyocera Media Total Document Solutions help your people share information quicker, easier, and more efficiently. Kyocera Media Document Solutions provided by Advanced Imaging Solutions. Local professionals who listen to your questions and concerns and respond with document solutions and service solutions that will improve the overall performance of your people and your business. To see the latest multifunctional products from Kyocera Media, call 951-4AIS today. Kyocera Media from Advanced Imaging Solutions. One company providing total document solutions.
The Leroy Sports Hour, weekdays at 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering you a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with our baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Because when you stay any 6 nights with us through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card that you can use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world, including the 338 hotels in California, Hawaii, and Nevada. And you'll save up to 20% off with our baseball fan rate. Visit us today at bestwesternbaseball.com or give us a call, 866-743-8738. Remember to book the baseball fan rate. Check it out at bestwesternbaseball.com.
To Cashman Field as the national anthem just concluded. Group of youngsters doing the national anthem at the tail end of that right here. Nice job. We had the starting lineup of the home team, the Las Vegas 51s, managed by Jerry Royster, the top arm club of the Los Angeles Dodgers. 27 wins and 22 losses. They've won 5 of 9 against this Salt Lake team. 2 good, evenly matched ball clubs in Game 3 of this series. For Las Vegas, leading off in center, Jeff Duncan. Hitting second at shortstop, Wilson Valdez. Hitting third, the right fielder, Delwyn Young. The cleanup man, left fielder, Joel Guzman. Batting fifth at first base, James Loney. In the 6th spot, right fielder, John Weber. Batting 7th, the designated hitter, Chris Truby. In the 8th spot, second baseman, Eric Riggs. And batting 9th and catching, Edwin Bellarine. On the mound, the righty, William Juarez. 3-4, a 3.97 ERA. That'll wrap it for the pregame show. Dick Williams and I will be back to describe the action today right after this.
Special auto insurance report for Las Vegas 51 fans.
Special agent goes to.
When you get your fast free quote from Esurance, you can also view comparisons from other companies.
That way, how much you save with Esurance is no secret.
That's right. And with 24/7 customer service and claims handling, you can get help from people who make auto insurance feel a little less alien to you.
How can someone get their fast free quote from Esurance?
It's definitely not an undisclosed location. All you have to do is visit Esurance.com.
Auto insurance that's out of this world.
Papa Joe Chevalier and you join me weekdays at 4 right here on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
I've never seen a lineup quite like this one. The kitchen is loaded. The placemats are set. The bowls are on the table. He sees his granola crunch. He grabs the door. He swings. It's Anderson Dairy Milk all the way. Nothing makes breakfast taste better than milk. Over cereal with eggs, toast, and jam, or add some chocolate and shake things up. Here's our pitch. Milk. It's a real team player. From Anderson Dairy, the dairy expert.
We're back again, set to start this ball game. A beautiful, beautiful day at Cashman Field. One of the nicest days yet. As William Juarez, man from Nicaragua, delivering to Reggie Willits. And the pitch is taken upstairs, ball 1, and we're underway. 73 glorious degrees here. Very, very light breeze right now. Willits, a switch-hitting center fielder, batting left-handed, facing Juarez, who's making his 10th appearance, all starts. And the pitch dips in for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Russ Langer here along with Dick Williams as we play Game 3 here. Game 4 tomorrow, also a 12:05 game on Memorial Day. 1-1 pitch. And Willits hits a pop fly back up short. That's where Wilson Valdez fades out into the outfield grass to make a one-handed catch. One down. Willits was hitting 300, but he pops out to short. One gone for Curtis Pride defensively. Las Vegas with James Loney at first base. Eric Riggs getting his first start at second base since he was picked up via free agency. Wilson Valdez, the shortstop, and at third base is Chris Truby. In left field, Joel Guzman. Jeff Duncan is in center. John Weber is in right. Edwin Bellarine catching for William Juarez. Juarez trying to bounce back from a rough start in Round Rock, Texas. Fastball dipping in low. Ball one to Curtis Pride. Pride starts off with a batting average of .314. And facing William Juarez. Pride has been around a long time. The left-handed batter takes, and that one is just a little low maybe. Ball 2-0.
Yeah, Curtis he's played Major League ball and AAA ball for quite a few years, and with his handicap, it's amazing what he has done.
He is hearing impaired. The pitch is, I guess, ball 3. 3-0 to count. The last two pitches extremely close to the strike zone, but the count is 3-0 on Pride. Pride has 2 home runs and 16 RBIs to go along with his .314 average, and the pitch is ball 4, and William Juarez looking a little dejected, wondering where he needs to throw the ball. So there's a 4-pitch walk to Pride, and the batter is Howie Kendrick. So 1 on, 1 out, and the batter is Kendrick. Kendrick, the second baseman, considered one of the very top prospects in the Angel system. And he's up now with Pride at first base. And Pride, despite his relatively advanced age by AAA standards at 37, can still run.
Yes, he can. He can do a lot of things. He's a 4th or 5th outfielder on a lot of ball clubs.
And it's just a matter of right place, right time for him.
That's right. He's battled them all the way.
He's got 8 steals and has only been caught once. Oh, nothing wrong with that. So, no score top of the first now. Juarez working on Howie Kendrick. And the pitch, Pride goes as a base hit to right field. Pride turns at second, goes to third base as Weber picks the ball up and gets it back in. So William Juarez, trying to throw strikes to Curtis Pride through several borderline pitches, ended up walking him. And now with Pride running, Kendrick singles to right. And so right away, William Juarez finds himself in trouble. Runners at the corners with 1 out of the batter, Nick Gorneau.
He missed on 4 pitches, all of them doubtful from our advantage point. And so I guess he wondered, I'd better just lay it right down the middle, which is what he did.
Exactly. And so the batter now is Nick Gorneau. Gorneau is the cleanup man, and he's a good one. He's hitting .297 with 7 homers and 38 RBIs. He led the league in RBIs last year. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is high, ball 1. He drove in 108 runs, and that's good by any standards, especially in the PCL where you play 18 fewer games than you play in the big league.
That's right.
So, runners at the corners, 1 out. Juarez from a stretch. And the 1-0. Breaking ball lifted to center. This should be deep enough to get Pride in easily. Duncan makes the catch, and Pride tags, and he comes home, and it's 1-0 Salt Lake on a sacrifice fly by Nick Gorneau. Gorneau gets his 39th run batted in. And if you're wondering about that, that now ties Nashville's Nelson Cruz for the league lead in runs batted in.
Well, you get that reputation of driving in runs, and he's in a good spot hitting cleanup. If you got any kind of production from on base from your first 3 hitters, he's going to get a lot of RBIs. But that reminds me a lot. We had Sal Bando, who I had at Oakland. He was a .270 lifetime, right around there. He got the runner in from third in less than 2 outs better than anybody ever had. So that's what Gorneau is like.
And you had a few of them.
Yes, I did.
Kendrick at first base has got chased back from a William Juarez pickoff move. And now Mathis pops it up. Out in front of the plate, it's a high sky. So here comes Truby from third. He'll make the catch between home plate and the mound. Good play by Truby to catch that pop-up from Jeff Mathis and finish the inning. In the top of the first inning, Salt Lake collects a run on a hit. No errors and 1 left, and at the end of half an inning of play, Salt Lake won, and Las Vegas against Jeff Haverlow coming up.
Call 383-0383 to place your artisan classified ads, where you can buy and sell most anything to the artisan classified ads. Well, now there's TVs, bicycles, and stereo too. From antiques to Zebra, the classifieds are here for you. Call 383-0383 to place your artisan If you've got a or a book that you want to sell, or you need repair, you like a or a book, or maybe a get it dropped up the phone and let the artisan work for you. Call 383-0383 to get your artisan classified at 0383.
Out of Bounds with Craig and James, weekdays at 6 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Intellibed is proud to be a sponsor of the Las Vegas 51. With the 21st century breakthrough called IntelliGel, Intellibed is able to provide a level and quality of sleep that is unlike any other. Mention that you're a 51 fan, and you'll receive $400 in free accessories with any mattress purchase. Visit any one of 3 Las Vegas area Intellibed stores in Summerlin, Henderson, or Green Valley, or find them online at Intellibed.com.
Welcome back, friends. We're here at Cashman Field. Salt Lake scratch for a run in the top of the first. Las Vegas coming up against Jeff Heverlo. Well, yesterday, the 51s were supposed to face Jared Weaver, Jeff's brother, first-round pick. Well, he got called up to the big leagues and pitched a masterpiece in his big league debut against Baltimore, got the win. 7 very strong innings for Jeff Weaver. So today, the 51s were supposed to face Nathan Bland. We don't have official word as to why, but Nathan Bland, for whatever reason, has been scratched, and Jeff Heverlo, an experienced right-hander, will pitch instead. So Heverlo will try to do what basically the Salt Lake bullpen did yesterday, pitch well enough to keep the team in the game and get a win.
So getting back to the young man that was called up, Jeff Weaver, he probably could have been in that opening day rotation for the Angels. He pitched real well this spring, and I think it's tough to say, but his agent is probably caused him a little more difficulty making the big leagues than his pitching himself.
How ironic is that?
That is something, because he should have been the number 1 pick in the nation 2 years ago.
Here's Jeff Duncan. And one Jeff pitches to another, and the fastball's a strike. It's 0-1. Well, Jeff Heverlo was just signed to a minor league deal. The Angels needing some pitching at the upper levels of the minor league system. Duncan hits a ground ball to second, charged by Kendrick. He gloves it. And Duncan, who was having a great series, 6 for 9, bounces out to make him 6 for 10. He was hitting .284 prior to that at bat. 1 out, and Wilson Valdez comes up. And we'll have a look now at the Salt Lake defensive alignment for today. Ryan Budde, a catcher, playing first base, though, today. Howie Kendrick is at second. Adam Pavkovich, the shortstop, and at third base, Jim Elward. And let's see, Mike Elward, I beg your pardon. Curtis Pride is in left. Out in center field is Reggie Willits. And over in right field, patrolling that area, Nick Gorneau, who has a tremendous throwing arm. Jeff Mathis catching for Jeff Heverlo. And the pitch is a little bit low to Wilson Valdez. 1-0. Valdez hitting .287 with 3 homers and 19 runs batted in. He was hitless in 4 at-bats last night, but he did have 3 hits in the first game, and he takes a pitch a little high. It is 2-0. Heverlo was born January 13th, 1978 in Palo Alto, California. 26 years old, 6'1", 205. The 2-0 pitch. There's his strike to Valdez.
Well, he has good genes. I know he has good genes because I saw his daddy for quite a few years.
Valdez batting from the right side against the right-hander Heverlo, who wears 28. Here's the windup in the 2-1 pitch, and he shows bunt, and the fastball crowds him near the midsection, and so Valdez bails out of there and does a couple of deep knee bends. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. That'll loosen you up a little bit.
Yes, it will. Especially if you're going to push the ball between first and second. He's running toward that, and the ball comes in.
3-1 pitch is a called strike. It is now 3-2. Heverlo has been pitching professionally since 1999. He was Seattle property, has never pitched in the big leagues, but is no stranger to the PCL. More about that in a moment. 3-2 pitches foul back on the ground by Valdez, 3-2. He reached AAA back in 2000 after pitching beautifully for the Class A Lancaster Jethawks of the California League. He won 14 games for them. And then in 2001, after spending just 2 games at Tacoma, at the outset of the 2000 season. Line drive to third. A diving catch by Mike Elward toward the line. Nice play of that line drive. And with 2 outs, the batter Delwyn Young. So he made 2 starts at the end of 2000 for Tacoma. Then at Double-A San Antonio in 2001, he was one of the best pitchers in the Texas League. He was 11-6 with a very good 3.12 ERA, and he had 4 complete game shutouts. He threw 178 and 2/3 innings, but apparently it took its toll because in 2002, he had to miss the entire season. There's a strike to Delwyn Young. He had surgery to repair a torn right labrum, so that's major trouble with your shoulder.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you get up in the shoulder area, any kind of surgery is going to be difficult. Elbow, they can survive a lot.
High foul behind the plate, and the ball goes back into play off the hands of a Dodger fan wearing a Dodger cap and number 3 in his Dodger jersey. And a fan over to his right ends up with it, and the count is 0-2. Dancing Alex was a concerned Alex, checking to see if the fan is okay. The ball danced out of the fan's hands, unfortunately for him. 0-2 to count. Delwyn Young is having himself a good year again. He's hitting .305, 3 homers and 27 RBIs. He's second on the ball club and runs batted in. Here's the pitch, and the pitch nearly hits his ankle. 1-2, way down and in. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the first, 1-0 Salt Lake. Haverlo came back. 2003 was a bounce back year, and it always happens this way, Dick, where a pitcher is coming back after missing an entire year, and he needs a year to recover. Young grounds when fouled outside first, and the numbers are almost never good. And in Haverlo's case, he was 5-12 with a 5.39 ERA.
He still went out there, though, so it showed he was healthy. He was coming on. I mean, they fixed him that many to get that many decisions.
1-2 pitches, rip foul outside first. Still a ball and 2 strikes. So he came back in 2004. He again had shoulder trouble, right shoulder trouble. He didn't require any further surgery, but he required a lot of rest and rehab. Here's the 1-2 to Young, and he takes it low and inside. So he's trying to jam Young since getting ahead of him 2 strikes, and the count is now 2-2. So in 04, he was limited to just 5 innings. He was 1-0 at Tacoma in 5 relief appearances. 2-2 pitch. Ooh, he just missed with that pitch. Wow, that's a good-looking pitch. 3-2. So last year was his bounce back year, and he moved him to the bullpen for the first time in his career. 46 appearances. He was 6-3 at Tacoma, a 4.61 ERA. Pitch is inside, ball 4 to Delwyn Young. The 3-2 pitch was close. The 2-2 pitch was very close. The 2-out walk will bring up Joel Guzman. So, of course, for a guy like Jeff Haverlo,
he's still a young man. Was he 26, you said?
He is 28 now.
28, okay. That's still young. So, and he was released then by Seattle, the organization. This spring or recently, or
didn't indicate it in the notes. And this press guy does not have that information. Here's this pitch. Guzman takes it inside, ball 1. 1 ball to no strikes. But he did not compile any numbers anywhere this year, so it may have been spring training.
His first appearance then, actually.
Yes. Joel Guzman is hitting .300 on the nose. And 6 home runs to lead the team. He hits a ground ball to short to the right. As Pavkovich, he backhands, throws on the first to get Guzman. And the inning is over. So in the Las Vegas first, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. And at the end of 1, Salt Lake 1. And Las Vegas nothing.
As temperatures rise, so do your chances for car trouble. Help meet the demands of summer driving by taking your General Motors vehicle to an expert, Cadillac of Las Vegas. Let Cadillac of Las Vegas give your car a seasonal checkup to make sure it's ready for virtually anything summer can dish out. Cadillac of Las Vegas is your GM Goodwrench Service Center, featuring GM-certified technicians, advanced diagnostic equipment, and genuine GM parts. So stop by your GM Goodwrench Service Center, Cadillac of Las Vegas at 2711 East Sahara in Las Vegas, and keep yourself and your car cool this summer.
JP the Brick, weeknights at 7 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Nearly 60 years ago, St. Rose Dominican Hospital's mission of compassionate health care for every patient began in Henderson. And this summer, St. Rose will carry this mission to Southwest Las Vegas with the opening of their 3rd location, the San Martin campus. When open, San Martin will be more than a building. It will be a haven for the mind, body, and spirit. It will be more than quality emergency and cardiac care. It will be peace of mind. It will be more than 4 floors of all private patient rooms. It will be a place healing will call home. After all, they're building more than a new hospital. They're building a place for you and your family to find safety, peace, and well-being. The St. Rose Dominican Hospital San Martin campus, 8220 Warm Springs Road, near the intersection of I-215 and Durango Road in southwest Las Vegas. St. Rose Dominican Hospital's new San Martin campus. It's all about life. Visit strosehospitals.org to learn more.
Welcome back, friends. We're here at Cashman Field, along with Dick Williams, Russ Langer with you. And if you're wondering, if you've never tuned in before, it is the Dick Williams. If you're saying, is it that Dick Williams, the manager? Yes. That's the Dick Williams we're talking about.
Was there another one?
I get that. I get that sometimes. I say, well, who works with you? And we talk about a couple of names and talk about Jerry Royce and Dave Koken, and then they say Dick Williams comes in for some game. That's Dick Williams? Yes. I didn't know there was another one either, but apparently somebody thinks there is somebody else.
There probably is, more than likely.
Breaking ball is a strike to Mike Elward. It's 0-1. 1-0 Salt Lake in the top of the second. William Juarez delivering the strike one pitch. Good off-speed pitch in for a strike. Nice job on that pitch, floating in at the knees. Elward was in the lower minors, and he has come up to play AAA now. He's hitting .243 with a home run, 6 runs batted in, right-handed batter. He hits a fly ball to shallow right field. Weber jogging in, looking up as he comes toward the line to make the catch. And there is one out in the top of the second inning. William Juarez, we've talked about him many times before, but for those of you who are not familiar with him, he was Diamondbacks property and came over to the Dodgers in the Sean Green trade.
With Arizona.
Right. It was in January of 2005. The deal was Sean Green and some cash considerations to help pay Sean's salary, going from the Dodgers to the Diamondbacks. In exchange, as Corey Myers takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. The Dodgers acquired William Juarez, catcher Diona Navarro, and a right-handed pitcher named Danny Mugi, who's at AA Jacksonville now, a starting pitcher, and right-hander Beltran Perez. Here's the pitch. Another breaking ball for a strike, 0-2 to Myers, who just arrived here yesterday. He was 1 for 2 coming off the bench in last night's game. He had an RBI single in the middle of that 5-run 7th inning off of Frank Osorio. The pitch. Breaking ball lifted down the right field side. It's going foul. Being chased by James Loney, but he won't get it. It drifts back beyond the bullpen and into the seats. It is 0-2 on Corey Myers. William Juarez has pretty good stuff, and when he's around the plate, he can be tough to hit. But when he's gotten into trouble, it's been mostly because of walks, and there's been a secondary issue with Juarez also. 0-2 to count to the right-handed hitting designated hitter for Salt Lake, Corey Myers. A lot of times Juarez will get 2 outs, 2 relatively quick outs in an inning, and then things will kind of unravel. It'll be a walk or a couple of hits. Myers swings and misses at a high fastball and strikes out. First strikeout for Juarez, 2 outs in the batter, Ryan Buddy. So you begin to wonder if that's, what might be behind that, if it's concentration or something else. So they figure if they can get that worked on, they got him on the right track.
Well, he threw 4 straight balls to Curtis Pride, but as we talked about, I don't know where those pitches were, and that's the only time he's been around the plate so far in the early part of this game, getting ahead of most of the hitters.
Ryan Buddy, right-handed hitter, batting 8th, takes ball 1. He's hitting 182, and the pitch is high, 2-0. Buddy has homered in the series. He's 1 for 7, but he's also, in those 7 at-bats, struck out 4 times. 182.
Feast or famine.
Yeah. 4 homers, 16 RBIs for Buddy, who bats right-handed. He and Jeff Mathis are the catchers on this Salt Lake team. But Buddy's playing first base today. The pitch is up and away, and the count is 3-0. Elward, who just flied out to right, has been playing some first base, but today he's playing third. And Buddy has a chance to play first, and the count is 3-0. So here comes Juarez' 3-0 pitch. That's a strike, 3-1. And Adam Papkovich is waiting on deck. He's the 9th hitter in this order. Salt Lake with a 1-0 lead in the top of the second. Juarez checking signs with Edwin Bellerini. Outfield straightaway, medium depth. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's low ball 4. So this is an example of what I was just talking about.
Right.
2 outs, nobody on. He's facing Ryan Buddy hitting 182, and he walked him on 5 pitches, and now Adam Papkovich comes up.
And those pitches weren't close.
Right.
Where in Curtis Pride's case, they were all around the plate.
Here is Papkovich, the right-handed hitting shortstop, batting 9th.
But a walk is a walk, and a run off of a walk is very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened in the first inning.
Pavkovich is hitting just .210 in 27 games. The pitch is up and in, ball one. He's sort of been like Ryan Buddy in the sense that his average is low, but he's got some power. Because despite the .210 average, he has 5 home runs and has driven in 12 runs. And in this series, he's 2 out of 8. Pavkovich in yesterday's game was 2 for 4 with a single and a double and a run scored. Made some good plays in the field. He hits a fly ball down the right field on a long run for Weber. Weber on the dead run, and the ball goes foul. Riggs was going out from second. Loney from first had tried to get it, but the ball was fouled and wasn't up in the air long enough for anybody to get it. Fan to whom the ball was tossed dropped that ball near the corner, and so Justin Reed on foul ball duty goes over to pick it up. 1-1 the count. And he underhands it to the fan, and this time makes a clean catch, and his fielding percentage is .500 for the day.
And it's early.
1-1. The stretch by Juarez, but he does not have much of a lead. And there's a ground ball to second. To his left is Riggs. He's got this one, and a sidearm toss over to first base is there in plenty of time. The inning is over. No runs, no hits. No errors and 1 left, and after 1.5, Salt Lake won. The 51's nothing.
Who has free time? We're all taking care of too much at work and too much at home. We're attached to our cell phones and internet 24 hours a day. Weren't these conveniences meant to make life a little bit more, convenient? They don't. They just give us more time to squeeze in a little more responsibility every single day. Your Country Insurance and Financial Services agent knows you only have time for straightforward answers to your auto, home, and life insurance questions. That's why when you call with a question or problem, you won't have to press 4 or 5 numbers to get a real person. Even if your agent is unavailable, you'll speak to someone at Country's 24-hour service center, so you can use your free time a little more productively. Because let's face it, you don't have time to deal with insurance issues, but we have all the time you need. Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick.
This is our country.
See the Country Insurance and Financial Services agent near you or visit countryfinancial.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Rome. Catch me weekdays at 9 right here on Fox Sports Radio 1460. Do you play golf? Would you like to play 3 different courses all in one beautiful location and still have money left over to play again the next day? Then Golf Summerlin is the place for you. Come play Highland Falls, Palm Valley, and Eagle Crest. All 3 courses will keep you coming back for more. Golf Summerlin is also a great choice for your next tournament or group outing. For more information, call 254-7010. That's 254-7010. Golf Summerlin. 3 great courses, all open to the public, all very affordable.
Welcome back, friends. We're here at Cashman Field, and at the end of 1.5, it's 1-0 Salt Lake, Game 3, along with Dick Williams, Russ Langer here. And now in the bottom of the second inning, 51's up against Jeff Heverlo. I always got to catch myself. I keep wanting to say Dave.
Yep.
Heverlo.
Yep, right.
And James Loney is up now. Loney, left-handed hitting first baseman, doing very well. He hits a little looper in the shallow right, coming in hard as Gorneau. He goes into a slide, and he can't get it. The ball ends up behind him. Loney going to second. He's going to challenge Gorneau's arm. The throw, he slides, he's in there. So, Loney, a soft fly to shallow right. Came in hard. Gorneau came in hard. Went into a slide, nearly made a great catch. Couldn't quite get it. And the ball bounced and went a little bit behind him. It is a double.
Loney's not the fastest man in the world, but Gorneau has that good arm. And as you said, he made it close on the throw to second. There was a good play all the way around, offensively and defensively, I thought.
First hit for Las Vegas. James Loney dropping a double in front of the lunging Nick Gorneau. And for Loney, who began the day at 357, he's now over 360. And that's his 8th double. And his next at-bat will be his 100th since he came down from L.A. John Weber will be up now. Tying run is now in scoring position for the Las Vegas 51s. Weber, a left-handed hitting right fielder, who was at Double-A Jacksonville last year, is hitting .237. He has 1 home run, has driven in 14 runs. And in this series, he has 1 hit and 8 at-bats.
And he's got to pull the ball here. On the ground, preferably, unless he gets a base hit to the right field. But he's got to pull the ball. Sent that runner to third.
So Loney leads away from second. The shortstop Pavkovich right behind him. Heverlo from the stretch. A look back at Loney. Here he comes to Weber. Weber tried to hold up on a low off-speed pitch. They appeal. Third base umpire spreads his arms, palms flat, no swing.
I think he was given a gift there.
1 ball and no strike. And Weber, wearing number 11, has a 1-0 count now. Third baseman Elwood creeping in. Here's the pitch, ground ball to Elwood at third. He's got it on 2 hops. From the infield grass, he throws out Weber. And Weber not able to pull the ball, and so Loney stays at second, and there's 1 out.
This should drive Royster up a wall. I mean, here's a guy, I don't know what Weber's hitting, but he's not hitting, he's not the power hitter, cleanup hitter, or anything like that. He's got to pull that ball. If he can't pull it, he's got to try to bunt it. His job is to get that guy over to third, and you see that happen too many times at the major league level as well as AAA.
So Loney remains at second with 1 out, and the batter's Chris Truby. And the way this series has gone, in fact, not just this series, but all of the series between these two teams have been so many close games. Truby takes a breaking ball outside ball 1. Every run can make a big difference, and which means, what was that singer, Kitty somebody or other, said little things mean a lot? Yeah. Trying to move the runners over. Truby is getting his first at bat in this series. He is hitting .221 with 2 homers and 17 RBIs. He hits a pop-up behind the plate. Mathis off with the mask. Does he have room? He barely does, and he makes the catch right up against the backstop. 2 down. Loney remains at second, and the batter's Eric Riggs. Riggs also getting his first start in the series. This will be his first at bat of the homestand. He's hitting .286 in the 6 games he's played in since being signed to a deal after spending a little time at Independent Club, the Winnipeg team. Here's the pitch. And it's low and inside ball 1. Riggs is 4 for 14 with 1 home run, 1 run batted in. Switch hitter, batting left-handed. Riggs, his value is because of his versatility. He can play the infield, the outfield. He's a switch hitter. Always been a pretty good fastball hitter. Loney at second, 2 outs, the 1-0. And the off-speed breaking ball is a strike in the inside corner. Good pitch from Heverlo, 1-1. Riggs was at AA Corpus Christi in Houston's organization last year, and was with the 51s prior to that. Here's the 1-1 stretch, and the pitch. And the fastball's up and away, ball 2, 2-1. We'll have the General Motors trivia question for you. We'll have the Tony Roma's scoreboard. A lot of big league games are well underway at this point. Now, Heverlo looks back at second. Loney has his lead. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball low and inside of Riggs. It's 3-1 with Edwin Bellarine waiting his turn on deck. If you missed it, Salt Lake got their run in the top of the first inning. With 1 out, Curtis Pride walked on some very close pitches, and he was running on a pitch to Howie Kendrick, and Kendrick deposited the ball in the right field for a single, getting Pride to third. And he scored on the subsequent sacrifice fly to center by Nick Gorneau. Ground ball up the first base side foul, right behind the ankles of Steve Yeager. To the corner it goes. And the count is 3-2. Eric Gagne pitched here on Friday night, got the save, and Las Vegas 8-5 victory. And Gagne will pitch tomorrow. Dick and I'll be back behind the mic tomorrow for that. 12:05 game on Memorial Day, 11:50 pregame. 3-2 pitch to Riggs. Here it comes. Breaking ball, ground foul outside first again. Yeager thought about trying to make a play on it, thought better of it, and did the old Ole job.
That's Steve. He's had enough foul balls, foul tips, bats sticking in his neck and everything to offer something like that.
3-2. Loney is off second, and the shortstop Pavkovich backpedaling to his regular position. Here's the 3-2. A ground ball up the middle. That ball's going to go into center field for a base hit. Around third is Loney. Here he comes. He's going to score, and the game is tied at 1 and a base hit by Eric Riggs. A very good at bat by Eric Riggs. Riggs fought off some tough pitches, fouling him down the first base line, and he just hit it hard up the middle. Got the RBI. Eric Riggs gets his second run batted in since joining Las Vegas. A big 2-out hit. That can take a little of the heat off of John Weber, for example, for not moving Loney over.
Absolutely.
1-1 game, and now here is Edwin Bellarine, the catcher. The pitch is low and outside ball 1. Bellarine has done a workmanlike job filling in as the primary catcher since Russell Martin was called up to the big leagues. He's hitting .303. He's got 2 homers, both in the Round Rock series, 13 runs batted in, and has done well defensively. Throw to first base, Riggs back in there. Bellarine is 2 for 7 in this particular series. Game yesterday, he had a single and 3 at-bats, plus a walk and a run scored. 1-0 stretch. Riggs takes his lead to pitch. Breaking ball. He swings and taps it foul behind the plate. It is now 1-1.
He probably feels a little more comfortable now, too, with getting more at-bats, because when I saw him last catch, Martin was still here, and he wasn't getting to play much, maybe once a week.
1-1. Haverlow gets set. And the pitch. And the breaking ball stayed high to Bellarine, who laid off the pitch. 2-1. Light breeze blowing in from right field at the moment. A magnificent day at Cashman Field. A lot of blue skies. A few big white puffy clouds off in the distance. 2 balls and a strike. Haverlow delivers. And the breaking ball low and inside. And Bellarine moving back out of the way. 3 balls and a strike. And he has a look at Jerry Royster. Goes through some signs. Jeff Duncan is the on-deck hitter. 3-1. Now, here comes Haverlow from the stretch again. There goes Riggs. 3-1 pitch is a high foul to the right that's going to fade back out of play. And it's 3-2. Everything is a day game today in the league except for Tucson, and they almost never play day games no matter what the circumstances. They're hosting Fresno. Fresno's going for their 7th straight win very quietly. But if they're going to win, they're going to have to beat Tucson's Dustin Nippert, who is 6-0. The pitch is a called third strike to Bellarine, and the inning is over. So, Haverlow makes a nice pitch to get out of the second inning, and the 51s do tie it, though. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors and 1 left, and at the end of 2, the game is tied at 1.
You like that? That's the sound of speed waiting to be unleashed. You can get the same feeling with Cox High-Speed Internet. Currently unleashing blazing fast speeds of up to 5 megs. That's up to 90 times faster. It's no wonder Cox High-Speed Internet was ranked highest in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power and Associates. So you think you're ready for Cox High-Speed Internet? Get it today for as low as $29.99 a month. Call 933-9854. That's 933-9854. For J.D. Power and Associates, award information, go to jdpower.com. Limited time introductory offer. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Dear 3-day weekend. Sometimes you're right there on the calendar. And sometimes you have to make your own. With a few friends and a crisp, clean taste you can only find in Budweiser. Budweiser beer. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Chris Myers, weekdays at 3, only on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
At Supercuts, we pride ourselves on listening to our customers, but there are exceptions. So what are we thinking today, Todd?
Let's shave it, except leave the words Todd Rules in the back. You know, in hair.
I don't think so.
All right. But hey, all my friends pay like $100 for their haircuts, so would it be okay if I did the same?
Yeah, that's not really Supercuts policy.
Oh, I got one. This side leave long, the other side bald. We can call it the 2 sides of Todd.
Saving men from themselves. Supercuts. You know how it is.
Welcome back, friends. At the end of 2, a 1-1 game. John Mellencamp's ROCK in the USA in the background. Top of the 3rd, the game is tied at 1. William Juarez working in the 3rd inning now. Checking out the top of the Salt Lake order. Reggie Willits, Curtis Pride, and then Howie Kendrick all due up here. Willits popped out to short to begin this ball game. Friends, Budweiser salutes parents who talk to their kids about drinking. We can all make a difference. William Juarez, his numbers coming in. Again, 3-4, 3.970 ERA. Juarez, 47 and 2/3 innings, 44 hits. So the league is hitting .238 against him, which is not bad for a starter. Showing bunt is Willits, who has very good speed, but he took ball 1. Trudy moving in tight at third base when he saw Willits show bunt. The other numbers for Juarez, and this is the problem, more walks than strikeouts. 29 walks, 26 strikeouts. The 1-0. Fastball, and it's ball 2 somewhere, 2-0. Willits is dangerous because when he gets on, especially to lead an inning off, he's always a threat to go. 13 steals. They're in at the corners for him. Here's the 2-0 from Juarez. And he swings, hits a little flare in the center field. That's going to fall in front of Duncan for a base hit. So Reggie Willits finds his way on base again. He's now 5 for 10 in the series. Didn't hit it hard, but he didn't have to. Just a soft fly ball in the shallow center. It barely bent the grass out there.
That's right. It was a 2-ball, no strike jammer. And it hit a little flare out the center. Nothing you can do about that. You got to get ahead of the hitters, though.
Pitchers don't like those jammers when they fall in like that. Meanwhile, Willits at first, as I said, a threat to go big time. Pride walked in the first inning and took third in a very well executed hit and run single by Howie Kendrick. Pitches up and away, ball one, and he came in to score a Nick Gourneau's sacrifice fly. Las Vegas got even in the bottom of the second when James Loney doubled, and 2 outs later came around to score on Eric Riggs' single up the middle. 1 ball and no strikes. Go to first base chasing Willits back in. 1-1 tie, each team with 2 hits. We're in the top of the third. Checking out Curtis Pride, and he has just been, as we were talking about earlier, Dick and I were mentioning, throw to first base and Willits dives back in. He has been all over the map.
Yes, he has.
He's been playing professionally. This is his, 1986. She's talking 2 solid decades now. Came up in the Mets organization. Here's the 1-0 stretch by Juarez. And the pitch. Pride takes an off-speed pitch, maybe a little low, very close. Juarez thought he had a strike. It is 2-0. 1-1 game here in the top of the third. Pride, big league time with Montreal, Detroit, Boston, Atlanta, Boston again, Montreal again. The pitch misses somewhere for ball 3. It is 3-0.
They look like they're a little up, the pitches. He looks a little confused on the mound from my viewpoint. Somebody got to go out and talk to him, either whether the catcher or else the pitching coach. If they miss a pitch on him, he thinks they missed a pitch. It ruins his whole performance.
3-0 pitch is a strike, 3-1. Juarez was really upset by the 2-0 pitch that missed, and you'd see the umpire saying something either to Bellerin or to Juarez before that last pitch.
And he's doing it again. I mean, the umpire is, but they're facing forward. Mm-hmm. We can see it, his head bob and all that. But all that's going to do is hurt him.
3-1 stretch. Willits goes. The pitch is high, ball 4. And so the throw to second, which was unnecessary, hits off of Willits. Edwin Bellerin is also hurt. He's shaking his right arm.
He hit the bat.
The bat connected with Bellerin's right wrist, I believe, or hand. And so Bellerin is crouching down to the right of the batter's box. On one knee, takes his mask off. And here comes trainer Tony Cordova. Well, the pitch was ball 4 to Pride. Another very close pitch. Bellerin made a throw that, as it turned out, he didn't have to make because it was ball 4. And so it is a walk to Curtis Pride. Willits takes second on the walk. He was running, but it's a walk. And apparently they're going to have to charge an error on somebody for Willits to get to third base. So runners at the corners, nobody out.
That'll have to go with Bellerin.
That is an error on Bellerin. So, meanwhile, the bigger concern for the 51s is Edwin Bellerin. Eric Langell is the backup catcher. Bellerin is at home plate being attended by the trainer, Tony Cordova. Steve Yeager is there. He knows a thing or two about this type of thing. And here comes Jerry Royster to join in the conversation also. So the 51's having a difficult top of the third. A flare single by Willits. Curtis Pride taking a number of extremely close pitches, including ball 4, which was another close pitch. And then that was ball 4 with Willits on the move. Bellerin, as a catcher, you've got to make that throw because you can't be the umpire and consider whether it's a ball or a strike. You have to make the throw. If he'd known it was ball 4, he wouldn't have made it. And the throw kicked off of Willits and went into shallow left center field. So Willits got to third base on that. Now Juarez is playing catch with Bellerin to want to make sure Bellerin is okay. He's speaking with Cordova after making a couple of throws back to Juarez. Jerry Royster is right there. Bellerin throws one back to Juarez with some good pace on it. Juarez lobs it in, and Ball bounced off of Bellerine's net, so he's going to get another toss here. Bellerine, I think, is trying to tell everybody he's okay. He's going over to pick up his mask. Jerry Royster still there with Cordova. It is a 1-1 game here in the top of the third, and now on a walk, a single and a throwing error charge to Edwin Bellerine. There are runners at the corners with nobody out. And apparently Bellerine is okay to continue, which is very good news for the Las Vegas 51s. So Royster going back to the dugout with Tony Cordova right next to him. And the batter, Howie Kendrick. Now, before Royster went to see how Bellerine was doing, he went out to the mound and said something to Juarez.
Yeah, but he walked all the way out to second base to talk to the shortstop or second baseman prior to that. But I don't know if he talked to Juarez, it's got to constitute a trip to the mound, too. So
here is Kendrick. Go to first base and back into his pride.
Mm-hmm. But he's working way too slow. Juarez is. And complaining on every pitch. That's not going to help him one bit. Get the ball and throw strikes. Get the ball and throw strikes.
Willits at third. Pride at first. Nobody out. And the pitch. Breaking ball is low. Ball one to Howie Kendrick. Who had that nicely done hit-and-run single to right field in the first, which set up the Salt Lake run. And the Bees poised to break this 1-1 tie now with runners at the corners. Nobody out. And Kendrick and Gourneau coming up against Juarez. Here's the 1-0 to Kendrick. And that fastball is a called strike. It's 1-1. We mentioned Fresno's at Tucson tonight, also under the lights. Round Rock at Albuquerque. And Sacramento's at Portland a little later on. Tacoma playing host to Colorado Springs. Oklahoma's at New Orleans. Pitch is outside, 2-1. Omaha hosting Memphis. And Nashville's at Iowa. Remember Brian Bollringer? Right-handed pitcher?
Quite well. UNLV alumnus. I saw him quite a bit at Columbus and then with the Yankees.
2-1 to Kendrick. The runner from first goes line drive to second. Caught by Riggs. He tags out Pride, and that's a double play. Oh, did William Juarez ever need that? 2 down.
If the guy on third would have moved at all, you'd have had a triple play. But he froze right there, which is what he should do.
Right. 2 down. Willits at third, and the batter, Nick Gourneau. One of my Little League coaches used to scream at us all the time with less than 2 outs at first base. You got to freeze on a line drive now, and if we didn't freeze, he'd freeze us. Here's Gourneau.
He was running on the play, Pride was.
Right. Shattered bat ground ball up the middle, out behind second, backhanded by Riggs. He throws in the dirt, dug out by Loney. Oh, what a great play by James Loney, spreading out and digging out the low throw simultaneously. He just saved a run right there. 51s get a couple of big plays to get out of the third inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, one error, I beg your pardon, one left after 2.5, a 1-1 game.
My husband is a dirty, rotten thief.
Well, that's a bit harsh, dear.
Oh, harsh. No, what is harsh is not being able to find my Sprint Yellow Pages when I need them, which, as a matter of fact, is awful.
Well, it's not like I steal them.
Oh, really? Then they're right here in the drawer, huh? Oh, yeah. Surprise. Not there. Thief.
Oh, harsh.
Luckily, Sprint Yellow Pages saved our marriage with their internet Yellow Pages.
It's easy for her to log on to bestredyp.com when she can't find the book.
And it's hard for him to steal a computer.
The same great information you find in the Sprint Yellow Pages is now available online at bestredyp.com. Local listings, maps, store hours, menu guides, and more. Now available at the click of a mouse. And now you can find everything online at bestredyp.com, the internet home of the Sprint Yellow Pages, published by R.H. Donnelly. Log on today.
I guess I am kind of a thief.
Yeah.
I stole her heart back in '83.
See? Exactly what I said. Like you won. Oh, I love you.
BestRedYT.com, the internet home of the Sprint Yellow Pages.
The Sports Memo Radio Show, weekdays at 7 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
There was a time when kids played in the park on the way home from school, when folks held hands on evening strolls, and neighbors often became your very best friends. Once there was a time, now there is a place. Providence Master Planned Community. From the old-fashioned ballparks to lively paseos and bustling neighborhoods, this is where great traditions live again. Providence. North I-215 at Qualify. Learn more at providencelv.com. An equal housing opportunity.
Welcome back, my friends. We're here at Cashman Field after 2.5. It is a 1-1 ball game. Jeff Heverlow working in the bottom of the third inning to the top of the Las Vegas order: Jeff Duncan, Wilson Valdez, and Delwyn Young. If you are a believer in momentum in the game of baseball, some are and some aren't. 51's just had a major momentum shift in their favor, working out of that top of the third inning.
Without a doubt. There's no question about it. You can look at them being down with two speedsters on the bases. You can look at them being down by 2 runs going in the bottom of the third, but they got out of it.
Jeff Duncan, showing bunt, took a fastball for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Duncan grounded out to second in the first inning, but he's having a great series. He's hitting .282 for the year. The fastball's way up high, 1-1, but in the series, he's 6 out of 10. Third baseman Elward is in tight to try to take the bunt away from Duncan, who's a very good bunter. The 1-1 pitch. He squares and takes it low and inside, ball 2. 2-1. Wilson Valdez, Delwyn Young, and then Joel Guzman if they get to the 4th spot in the batting order. 2-1 the count. And here comes Jeff Hevelo's 2-1 pitch to Jeff Duncan. A fly ball to deep left. Going back is Pride on the dead run. Pride reaching, he can't get it. It hits the base of the ball. Ball picked up by Willits, who fires it back in toward third. It's a double for Jeff Duncan.
He hit that ball well.
Jeff Duncan hits the base of the wall in left field with a deep drive, and he continues to play inspired baseball in this series. And Duncan just got his 3rd double of the year. And that brings up Wilson Valdez, who will also try to move Duncan over to third base. The 2nd consecutive inning, the 51s had started off with a double. Valdez was out on a line drive to third, and Elward, the third baseman, a good diving play to his left to pitch. He shows bunt, takes a breaking ball a little bit inside. It's ball 1 to Valdez. Hevelo bending a little bit at the waist, looking in at Mathis. And he now has the sign he wants. Duncan, good speed off second base. They're in at the corners. Here's the 1-0 to Valdez. He shows bunt, and the fastball, let's see, a foul ball at the plate. The fastball way inside. Valdez is saying his ball hit me, and the plate umpire is indicating foul ball. Valdez pointing to his wrist, saying the ball hit me. And so it's a ball and a strike instead. Plate umpire is looking at Valdez. Valdez is showing him his right arm, saying the ball hit me. And the plate umpire appears to be unconvinced. So it's a 1-1 count on Wilson Valdez. Valdez getting himself settled back in the batter's box. 1-1 the count.
If you're in doubt, you usually ask the other umpires for some help, don't you?
Here's the 1-1 stretch by Heverlo. And the pitch, he squares the bunt, and he bunted it foul behind the plate. He's trying to push that bunt up the first base side, and the count is now ball and 2 strikes on Wilson Valdez.
Well, he's making an attempt to try to get him over to third.
Ball and 2 strikes, and Hevelo collects the sign, looks at Duncan. Duncan away from second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, he reaches out a chopper slowly toward third base. Charged by Elbert. He has it near the mound, throws low, and it's done. No, safe at first base. But he dug it out. But Valdez running hard beats the play. Duncan to third, first and third, nobody out.
Very good speed from the batter. I mean, he hustled down the first baseline. Once that ball hit home plate and went up in the air, he was off like a rabbit.
Valdez, great acceleration up the line on a high chopper. Elward made a good play. He charged it hard, got it. He was almost at the mound when he made the low throw. Ryan Buddy made a very good play to dig that throw out. Otherwise, Duncan would have scored. But great hustle by Valdez. And the 51s, who wrangled out of a first and third nobody out situation in the top of this inning, have one of their own now in the bottom of the inning with Delwyn Young up. And he looks at a pitch outside ball 1. So Duncan is now at third. Valdez is at first. 4 hits for Las Vegas. Young walked in the first inning. And Joel Guzman looms on deck. 1 ball and no strikes. Hevelo getting set. And the 1-0 to Delwyn Young. Breaking ball grounded to first base. Glove by Buddy. He throws home. And sliding in at the plate is Duncan. He is out. It is a fielder's choice. Valdez takes second on the ground ball to first. And out at home is Duncan. And that goes 3-2. There's 1 out.
There was no chance for a double play there. That's peculiar play. That ball's hit right at the first baseman, and he's holding the runner on, so he's in close. He had no chance to get home. It's not a contact play.
Certainly not with nobody out. And Valdez now at second, Young at first with one out. And Joel Guzman, who grounded out to short, is up now. Guzman is hitting .298. He does lead the team with 6 homers. He also tops the club with 31 RBIs. First and second, one out. Hevelo gets ready. Checks Valdez at second, comes home. Breaking ball rolls slowly towards short. Pavkovich to his right. Has it, goes to second for one on the first. A double play. So each team had first and third, nobody out in the third inning, and neither team is able to score. 6-4-3. And the 51s are finished in the third. No runs, 2 hits. No errors, 1 left. After 1, it's a 1-1 game.
Thank you, Diane. That's quite a story.
Well, thanks, Bob. Now, let's turn the time over to Steve with our 5-day forecast. Steve, what's coming down the pike?
Well, Bob and Diane, it looks like we have quite a wholesome week ahead in the western region of the Cereal Bowl. Right here, things are looking pretty creamy. But wait, here comes a cold front. Looks refreshing. Precipitation from the North Gallant should drench a delicious 3 inches. Oh, and the next day, we get a great big homogenized whole milk storm sweeping in. It should make for great recipes on the weekend with a lot of sour cream on top. But that's all right because we could use the calcium.
Meadow Gold Dairy. Skim, 2% whole and chocolate milk, as well as cottage cheese and sour cream, are so fresh and delicious, they might leave you a little bit distracted.
What does the milk hold for next week? Should be chocolate from here on out. Back to you, Diane.
Sounds delicious, Steve.
Very good, Diane.
Oh, wait, milk it, Bob. Meadow Gold Dairy. Got something fresh on your mind?
The Freak Show. Fox Sports Radio 1460. Radio KZNO Las Vegas.
Take me out to the ball game, or the grocery store, or work, or the strip, with convenient public transportation from your RTC. Like MAP, Southern Nevada's environmentally friendly transit alternative. Or CAT, the Citizens Area Transit covering all of Southern Nevada. And the Deuce, a double-decker experience covering the strip. Driving is our game, so hop on board the bus. Visit rtcsouthernnevada.com for more information.
Welcome back, friends, to Caspin Field after 3, a 1-1 ball game, along with Dick Williams, Russ Langer, as the 51's William Juarez warms up some more with Edwin Bellarine. Jerry Royster having a little chat with a home plate umpire near the first base on deck circle. That could be about any number of things. Jeff Mathis will lead off for Salt Lake in the 4th inning, followed by Mike Elward, and then Corey Myers. Tony Roma's scoreboard. Let's get to some big league scores, shall we? After all, it's Sunday and a lot of daytime baseball. In the National League, the Mets are leading Florida in the bottom of the 9th inning in Miami 7-3. The Mets have a home run from Carlos Beltran, his 14th. And Herminia, a young rookie for the Marlins, has hit his first big league home run. Chad Bradford is trying to finish it up for the Mets right now, out of the bullpen, as they hold that lead over Florida. Here's a pitch from Juarez. And a strike call to Jeff Mathis, who was around the butt. And the 51s have made some changes in the field, so that's what the conversation was about. Apparently, Sergio Garcia is at second base. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball lifted to center, hit well. Duncan going back, but he has a play. He turns and makes the catch in center field. And Mathis, who popped out to third his first time up, is out. So Garcia's batting 4th.
Guzman out of the game, right? Guzman?
Apparently so. We'll get you caught up on all of this. Chris Truby's playing first. Sergio Garcia is playing second. Here's the pitch to Elward. He hits a fly ball to center field. A little lazy drive. Coming in is Duncan. Duncan looking up into the sun to make the catch. Elward has now flied out to right and flied out to center. And with 2 outs, Corey Myers will come up.
Looney's in left field.
Yeah, James Loney moved to left, and Joel Guzman is out of the game. So the outfield is Weber in right, Duncan in center, Maloney in right.
Now playing second base, batting fourth. James Maloney moves to left field. Chris Kirby moves to first base. Eric Riggs moves to third base.
Eric Riggs is at third base. So we'll give you all of this once again to review. Breaking ball low and outside. Ball 1-0 to Corey Myers, who struck out in the second. 1-1 game, top of the fourth. Las Vegas with 4 hits, Salt Lake with 2. And Juarez trying for his first 1-2-3 inning if he can get it. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Myers, and the breaking ball's a little low. It is 2-0. So Chris Truby moves from third to first. Sergio Garcia in the game at second base, hitting fourth. Joel Guzman out of the game. Wilson Valdez remains at short, and Eric Riggs moves from second to third where Truby had been. Breaking ball's a strike, 2-1. James Loney moves from first base to left field where Guzman had been, and that's it. So the count is 2-1 on Myers. The pitch. And there's a strike at the knees. So he was down 2-0. He's dealt 2 strikes to Myers, who's been taking everything during this at-bat. It is a 2-ball, 2-strike count. William Juarez from Nicaragua into his motion. And the 2-2 pitch coming. Fastball's up and in. And it's now 3-2. Well, the Yankees led Kansas City 6-0 at the end of 4. At the end of 3, it's now 6-5. Royals are within 1 in the 9th inning. 3-2 to count.
In the 9th inning now?
Yeah. Mariano Rivera is trying to close out the Royals. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Myers. Breaking a line to third, caught by Riggs, and the inning is over. So William Juarez has exactly what the doctor ordered. His first 1-2-3 inning of the day. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is a 1-1 game.
When you think about it, not all days are created equal. Take Tuesday. Tuesday's major claim to fame is that it's not quite as bad as Monday. And when was the last time anyone wrote a song about Thursday? But then there's Saturday, a day you wake up because you want to, not because you have to. Saturday has a place of its very own, Slow. And now it has a bank of its very own, Bank of America. Right now, you'll enjoy more convenience with Saturday hours at a Bank of America location near you, where you can do the kind of unhurried banking that's not easy to do between Monday and Friday. Open a new account, apply for a home loan, find out how easy it is to pay bills online. Free. Or sit down with a personal banker for a financial checkup. For a list of locations near you with Saturday hours, stop by your local Bank of America banking center today. It's all part of our plan to bring you higher standards because you have high expectations. Bank of America. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fox Sports Radio, 1460. I've never seen a lineup quite like this one. The kitchen is loaded. The placemats are set. The bowls are on the table. He sees his granola crunch. He grabs the door. He swings. It's Anderson Dairy Milk all the way. Nothing makes breakfast taste better than milk. Over cereal with eggs, toast, and jam, or add some chocolate and shake things up. Here's our pitch. Milk. It's a real clean flavor. From Anderson Dairy, the dairy expert.
Welcome back, my friends. Wow, what a magnificent day for baseball. It is a 1-1 game in the bottom of the 4th inning, along with Dick Williams, Russ Langer with you. We've got an interesting game going here now. A 1-1 tie. James Loney will lead things off. He began the game at first base, now playing left field. 51's made wholesale changes in the last half inning defensively as Joel Guzman was removed following his at-bat in the third when he hit into a double play. Loney is now, he was ready to hit, but the plate umpire said something to him, I think maybe about his bat. So he's going back to the dugout, holding the bat by the barrel, pointing to something in the dugout, and is going to need to get a different bat for whatever reason. Okay, more scores. We have a chance to do that. Wow. Arizona had shut the Cincinnati Reds out on back-to-back games. So the Reds, very hungry for a win, but they were down. They were down 4-1 in the 8th inning. The Reds got 2 in the 8th inning to make it 4-3, and they just got 2 in the 9th, and they beat the Diamondbacks 5-4 on a home run by Valentin. Ryan Friel had homered earlier for the Reds, so I'm sure that crowd in Cincinnati had to love that. The Reds come from behind and beat the Diamondbacks 5-4. Now Loney's ready with a new bat. The pitch is way up and in ball 1. Loney doubled to right in front of a diving Nick Gorneau and scored the Las Vegas run with 2 outs. on a single up the middle by Eric Riggs. 1 ball to no strikes. And Hevelo's 1-0 pitch. Changeup lifted down the left field line going toward foul ground. On the run is Pride, but he will not get there. It's back in the Bank of America patio. 1 ball and 1 strike. Also, Scott Hatterberg had homered for the Reds as part of their comeback. And let's see, 9th inning now. Oh, my goodness. Houston and Pittsburgh played 18 innings yesterday. Pittsburgh was ahead 4-0 today in the 9th inning, and guess what Houston did? They got 4 runs.
So they're in extra innings again.
Well, no, Houston's still batting in the top of the 9th, but they've tied it at 4. Let's see if they go to extra. It looks like it very well could happen.
Play 20.
There's a ground ball to first base, scooped up by Buddy. He'll take it to the bag himself, waving off Hevelo. And there is 1 out in the bottom half of the 4th inning, and the batter John Weber, who grounded out to third his first time up. Jason Bay has hit his 16th home run for the Pirates. Batista has hit his third for Pittsburgh in that game in Pittsburgh. It is now the 6th inning in Philadelphia. The Phillies have put up deuces in each of the last 3 innings, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So they lead Milwaukee 6-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Weber looks at the strike going 1. How about Ryan Howard of the Phillies? He just hit his 17th home run.
That's right. He's hot. I like his swing. I like him all the way around defensively, too.
Corey Kosky, number 6 for Milwaukee in that game. Weber swings and misses at a low off-speed pitch. He tried to golf it, and the count is 0-2. At Wrigley, the Braves lead the Cubs 9-5 now. Edgar Renteria, Andy LaRoche, Brian Langerhans, Marcus Giles, Edgar Renteria again, all with home runs for Atlanta. Wow. The pitch just misses to Weber. Wow, that was close. 1-2.
Of all the talk about maybe Dusty being let go, Hendry says no. He's going to wait until Lee comes back, see if he can help spark the club. And Dusty's not in any trouble right now.
Line drive base hit to right by Weber on a 1-2 pitch. So Weber, a rifle shot on the right field for a base hit. 5 hits for Las Vegas. Weber is 1 for 2. And the batter's Chris Truby, who fouled out to the catcher Mathis in the 2nd inning. That's going to put a little pressure on Derek Lee, thinking that maybe it's up to him to save his manager's job, right?
If he wants to.
St. Louis and San Diego are just underway now at Petco Park. Jake Peavy pitching for the Padres against the St. Louis Cardinals and Mr. Pujols. Rockies and Giants just underway in San Francisco. There's a nice breaking ball for a strike to Truby. It is 0-1. Earlier, Washington beat the Dodgers 10-4 to take 2 out of 3 from L.A. at RFK Stadium. Ramon Ortiz, the winner, to go to 3-4. It was not Jay So's day. He got rocked and rocked hard. He's now 2-3 for the Dodgers. Throw to first base, and back in there is John Weber. It seems that with Jay So, there's not much of a middle ground. He's either going to pitch at Jim, or he's going to get hit hard. And he got knocked out in the 3rd. Odalis Perez relieved him. 0-1 on Truby. Weber at first, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, the game tied at 1. Hevelo gets set, turns and throws to first base, and diving back in is Weber.
What I like about Little, I mean, Odalis Perez was struggling. He just jerked him right out of that starting rotation, sent him to the bullpen. A lot of times a player has to have a wake-up call, and I like the way Little operates. I really do.
0-1 to Truby. A ground ball to short. This could be 2. Papkovich has it go off of him, no, in the shallow center field. Weber turns at second base, goes to third base as Willis picks the ball up and brings it back into second. And the 51s have runners at the corners with 1 out.
That ball came up a little, but it's still got to be an error because he looked like he peaked a little.
It is an error. Charge to Adam Papkovich. And Weber running hard took third base. So the 51s catch a break. Otherwise, that's a double play.
Right.
Fielder's choice E6. And so Weber's at third, Truby at second. The 51s have runners at the corners in the 3rd with nobody out and couldn't score. But, of course, Salt Lake had the same thing happen in the 3rd. Runners to the corners, nobody out. They didn't score. Now the 51s have first and third, 1 out. Here is Riggs. Fastball is a strike. Throw to third base by the catcher Mathis, and just getting back was Weber. Nice throw, and Elwood applied the tag just late. Riggs drove in the Las Vegas run in the 2nd. When he came up with James Loney at second base and 2 outs, a very good at bat. The count was 3-2. He hit some balls foul outside first, pulling him. Then he grounded one up the middle for a single, bringing Loney around. Riggs with another opportunity. 0-1 the pitch. And it's low and inside near the ankles of Riggs. Backhanded by Mathis. It's 1-1. Weber at third, Truby at first. Each team now has an error. And Riggs, who began the game at second base, now playing third. Batting from the left side, wearing number 22. Hevelo has this sign from Mathis. Checks Weber at third. 1-1 pitch. He swings late at a fastball. It's 1-2. The Nationals had home runs by a very good rookie, Ryan Zimmerman, a third baseman who can really play. I had a chance to see him against the Orioles. A good defensive player who's got a lot of power. He had a 3-run home run early in that game off Chase, so his 8th. And Nick Johnson hit 2. He's having a fine year. He's got 12 homers now. Breaking ball, a high drive to right, hit well. Gorno going back. Gorno at the track, at the fence. This ball is off the top of the fence and gone. A home run by Riggs. And the 51s lead it by a score of 4-1. High fly ball hit the top of the Bruce Shears Goodyear tire sign and it went over. Eric Riggs with a 3-run home run to break the tie. Here's Edwin Bellarine and a fastball way inside. Ball 1 nearly hit him. So the score is 4-1 in favor of Eric Riggs.
Yes, it is.
He's knocked in all 4.
You know, every time I've seen a young man play, he's done well.
Bellarine chases a low off-speed pitch and it's 1-1. He struck out looking in the second. So Riggs just hit his second home run, and so that means that another $50 is donated by Bank of America to the Special Olympics as part of the Dingers for Dollars program. Bellarine takes high and outside. It's 2-1. 4-1. Las Vegas has 6 hits. Here's the 2-1 to Bellarine. Breaking ball. He swings and misses at that pitch. Good slider. It's 2-2. Well, what has to really eat up Jeff Hevelo is that ground ball that Truby hit because the inning would have been over.
You're right. It's double play.
Here's the 2-2 pitch to Bellarine. Breaking ball lifted to center. That's hit pretty well. Willis going back. Now he turns, looks up into the bright blue, and makes the catch. And they're 2 down. And the batter will be Jeff Duncan. So that was kind of a hanging breaking ball, and Bellarine put a good swing on it, but he hit it to Death Valley. 2 outs for Jeff Duncan. The final now, the Mets beat Florida 7-3. El Duque got the win for the Mets.
All right.
It got picked up in a trade with the Diamondbacks for Jorge Julio. Nolasco took the loss. El Duque's 3-4. Nolasco's 3-2. By the way, in the Dodger game, Olmedo signs homer for LA, his 5th. Fastball is low. Ball 1 to Duncan, who's grounded out and doubled off the left field wall. He took third base on an infield hit by Valdez. Then he tried to score with nobody out from third base and a ground ball to first by Young and got thrown out. He takes a strike. It is 1-1. In that game in Cincinnati, the winning pitcher for the Reds was David Weathers, who's now 2-2. Jose Valverde trying to close it, blew to save. He's now 2-2 and took the loss. The count to Duncan is now 1-2 as the pitch is a strike. And we have some American League scores. Braves has got 3 more runs in the 6th. They lead the Cubs 11-5. Ground ball, the first short hop by Buddy, who dropped it. Now he can't pick it up. Shovels to first, too late. And aboard at first is Jeff Duncan. Buddy tried to short hop it, and the ball popped out of his mitt. Then he tried to stab at it with the bare hand, couldn't pick it up. Then he got it, shoveled it to Hevelo, too late. Duncan is too fast. And that is an error on Ryan Buddy. Batters Valdez, who's lined out and then had an infield single in the 3rd. We'll have some American League scores coming up in a moment. 4-1 Las Vegas here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Valdez 1 for 2. Duncan at first base. He's definitely a threat to run. Here's the stretch. He goes. The pitch is low and outside. Throw to second by Mathis. He slides in head first, and he's got that one stolen. Duncan had a good jump. He's now 9 for 11 in steals. He leads the team in stolen bases.
Outstanding jump. A running start. He had no chance to get him. Mathis made a good strong throw, too, but there wasn't any contest there.
So Salt Lake has made 2 errors in the inning. The first one was very costly. See if the second one is as well. Here's the 1-0 to Valdez. Breaking ball. He chases that pitch down and away and misses it. And the count is 1-1. In the American League, and part of the Tony Roma scoreboard, they're in the 9th inning. Cleveland leading Detroit now 9-0. So they're trying to cool off those hot Tigers. Travis Hafner, his 14th home run. And Jason Michaels is at his second for the Indians in that game. 1-1 pitch. Fastball grounded to second base. Kendrick moves to his left, picks it up, finds Buddy, and gets the throw over there in time, and the inning is over. But the 51s break a 1-1 tie on an Eric Riggs 3-run bomb off the top of the right field fence and over. 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, 1 man left on base. At the end of 4, Las Vegas 4, Salt Lake 1.
It's opening season at the Golden Nugget. Check out our digs and our new Major League lineup. Play ball! Arrive in style at our new Grand Valley entrance and Port Cochere. Then slide into our remodeled luxurious marble lobby. Experience Vic and Anthony, a rookie to the team who's been recognized as one of America's top 10 steakhouses. Step up to the plate for a prime steak and all-star service. Or try Cantonese, Sichuan, and Pan Asian cuisine in a contemporary setting. Lily's Noodle House will have all your bases covered. With 29 AAA 4-diamond awards and 60 years of striking success, Golden Nuggets' record is unlike any other in Las Vegas. It's a big hit. The 51s know that the Golden Nugget is the place to be for Las Vegas' great American pastime. Golden Nugget Las Vegas. It's a brand new ball game. Visit GoldenNugget.com for a complete roster of renovations.
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Hey, Nick. Didn't we just cut your hair yesterday?
Yeah. Remember when you said my Supercuts haircut would help me get noticed by women?
Uh-huh.
It worked a little too well.
You are my swoopy-whoopsie.
Sweetie, I'd like to introduce you to my Supercuts stylist, Tina. Tina, this is Barbara.
Brenda.
Oh.
Hey. And I'm so excited to meet the woman who makes my special guy look so cute.
I can't breathe.
Supercuts is quick, right?
We're fast.
Because I can't stand to be away from my poopykins.
Kill me, please.
Supercuts. We know how it is.
Welcome back, friends. We're here at Cashman Field at the end of 4. Las Vegas leads Salt Lake by a score of 4-1. As Eric Riggs having a good day so far with an RBI single and a 3-run home run, along with Dick Williams. Russ Langer here in the top of the 5th inning. William Juarez in search of his 4th victory. We'll have a look now at the 8-9-1 Salt Lake Bees. Ryan Buddy, Adam Pavkovich, and leadoff man Reggie Willits. And there's a strike. Nice pitch over the outside. 0-1 to Betty, who walked in his first at bat in the 2nd inning. A right-hander is beginning to loosen up now in the Salt Lake bullpen. Juarez delivering the 0-1 pitch to Buddy. Good changeup. Swung on early and missed. It's 0-2. In the Salt Lake pen, the righty is number 32. That's Marcus Gwynn, the former Sacramento River Cat. 2 strikes on Buddy. And the pitch. Breaking ball lifted to right center field. Duncan and Weber giving chase on this ball. It's Duncan in the alleyway to make the catch from center field. So Juarez has settled in pretty well since walking Curtis Pride. Remember, that was a crisis point in the game for William Juarez because he was upset with some of the calls on the balls and strikes. And then he was able to get out of the inning with some good pitches and some good fortune.
To me, he's still working too slow. He had 2 strikes, no balls on him, and he walks off the mound. I don't understand what he's doing. Now he's thrown 4 straight strikes this inning.
Breaking ball, a strike to Pavkovich, who grounded out to second his first time up.
He's got the lead now. He's got a 4-1 lead. Come right after him. Make them earn something.
The 0-1. And a called strike on the inside corner. It fell high. Pavkovich down 2 strikes with Reggie Willits on deck. Now the 0-2 pitch. And a fastball taken high. 1-2. More American League scores on the Tony Roma's scoreboard. 8th inning in Fenway. The Red Sox lead Tampa Bay 5-0. Red Sox are rolling during that homestand. And Juarez 1-2 pitch to Pavkovich. Popped up on the right side. Should be caught. Garcia and Truby. It's Garcia looking up into the bright sunlight to make the catch on the skin portion of the infield. There are 2 outs. And the batter is Reggie Willits. Juarez's most recent start, again, he had a rough one in Round Rock, going 4 1/3, allowing 7 runs, 5 earned on a total of 6 hits. 2 of them were home runs. He walked 3 and struck out 3. The start before that, he was beaten in Albuquerque, so he took 2 losses on the road trip. But he pitched decently, 6 innings. And the 51s did not have any offense going in that series. They only scored 9 runs in the 4 games and got swept. Willett takes a strike, fastball, 0-1. He's popped to short, and he has singled. His last win came during his last home start here against Memphis on May 12th. He went 7 innings, allowed no runs on 4 hits. Willett shows bunt and takes a pitch, maybe a little low. Close pitch. It is 1-1. Seven straight retired by Juarez. The 1-1 to Willett. He swings and fouls the fastball back. It is now 1-2.
8 out of 10 pitches this inning have been strikes.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Juarez, wearing number 38, looking in at Bellarine for a signal. Right-hander checking signs. Willett's waiting patiently in the batter's box. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball lifted foul outside third, and that one is going to come to rest in that Bank of America patio, rattling around among the plastic chairs down there. Ball and 2 strikes. The count remains 4-1 Las Vegas in the top of the 5th inning. Minnesota and Seattle are tied at 3 in the 8th inning. Jose Lopez is homered for Seattle, his 8th. As a pitch fouled off to the left again. This one will also be out of play. 1-2. And in that game, Justin Morneau, very powerful player for the Twins, has hit his 10th home run. Got a lot of pop.
Good player.
That's in the Metrodome. 1-2 on Willets. Juarez rocks, kicks, 1-2 pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle, and Valdez goes to his left, can't get it. Reggie Willets, he is doing a fine job in this series. Every time you look up, he's figuring out a way to get on base. And that is his 6th hit in 11 at-bats in the series. That keeps it going for Pride, who's been up twice, walked twice, and scored a run. Pride was doubled off. He was up at first base, and Willets was at third base with nobody out on the third. Howie Kendrick was up. Pride ran on a pitch, and Kendrick lined it to Riggs, who at the time was playing second, now playing third, and threw to first base, and that was a double play. A key play in this game. The pitch. And it's a little bit low maybe. Ball 1 to Curtis Pride. Baltimore and the Angels are tied at 1 now in the bottom of the 2nd in Anaheim. Chris Benson pitching for the Orioles in that game. Oakland and Texas, that's later on. Kirk Saarloos for Oakland against Vicente Padilla for Texas. Throw to first base, chasing Willets back in there.
Did Riviera get him out or not?
The Yankee game is over now. The Yankees nearly blew a 6-0 lead. They held on and beat Kansas City 6-5. Jared Wright got the win over Ronelvis Hernandez. The pitch is a little below the knees. Ball 2 to Pride, 2-0. Mariano Rivera got his 11th save, and the Yankees had a home run by Johnny Damon in the first inning, his 6th. Imagine if Kansas City had come back in that game, which they nearly did.
We'd have a roster change for Columbus.
Yeah. The 2-0. Pride takes low. It's now 3-0. Howie Kendrick is on deck.
He can't throw a strike to Dickie Pride. He threw 11 out of 13 pitches for strikes to the first 3 hitters.
And this is a 3-0 pitch to Pride. The runner goes on ball 4. The pitch was way up high. So Juarez has walked 3 men, but it's been Pride each time. So he apparently has decided that he's not going to let Pride beat him. But the problem now is he's got a guy hitting 370 coming up now with 2 on and 2 outs, representing the tying run. Bellarine goes out there to visit with Juarez right in front of the mound. And Valdez waiting for Juarez at the top of the mound. Offers some encouragement as well. Cleveland beat Detroit at the final now 9-0. Johnson, the 7-hit shutout over Kenny Rogers. The White Sox beat Toronto. That's the final now. Chicago 7, Toronto 5. John Garland got his 4th win. Taubenheim, the loser. Bobby Jenks, his 14th save for the world champions. 2 on, 2 out for Kendrick, and the pitch. A fly ball to center, hit pretty well. Duncan going back, but he has a play. He turns, looking up, and makes the catch. That ball hit over 400 feet, but Kendrick is out on a deep drive to straightaway center field, and we'll have more scores when we come back. Juarez is out of the 5th, no runs a hit, no errors, and 2 left. We're halfway through. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Las Vegas 4, Salt Lake 1.
They say that the best kind of advertising is word-of-mouth advertising. And here at New York Hotel and Casino, we couldn't agree more. That's why today we're at the Manhattan Express roller coaster, asking people to describe their experience. Excuse me, sir, what do you think of the ride so far? Anything else? Well, what about you, ma'am? Are you enjoying the ride? Sounds like a yes to me. Is that your husband there? How do you like the ride, sir? Well, there you have it. The people have spoken. The Manhattan Express roller coaster at New York, New York. Come and see for yourself what everyone's been talking about. You gotta love this town.
Hey, this is the Sports Take from the Wise Guys. Catch us every weekday noon to 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Take me out to the ball game, or the grocery store, or work, or the strip, with convenient public transportation from your RTC. Like Matt, Southern Nevada's environmentally friendly transit alternative. Or CAT, the Citizens Area Transit covering all of Southern Nevada. And the Deuce, a double-decker experience covering the strip. Driving is our game, so hop on board the bus. Visit rtcsouthernevada.com for more information.
We're back again here at Cashman Field, bottom of the fifth, 4-1 Las Vegas. The Beatles doing Twist and Shout, and Dancing Alex has his little cadre of young dancers with him down there. He's the dancingest usher in the Pacific Coast League, and he's got a bunch of youngsters down there with him. And wonder when 43, 44 years ago when the Beatles recorded this song, they thought that in the year 2006 people would still be dancing to it at ballparks. All right, bottom of the fifth inning. The new pitcher for the Salt Lake Bees is right-hander Marcus Gwynn. So Jeff Haverlow, in an emergency start, goes 4 innings, allows 4 runs, 3 earned. He walked 1, struck out 1, allowed 6 hits, but his big problem was Eric Riggs. The pitch is all the way to the backstop. Hello. Ball 1 to Delwyn Young. Jeff Mathis didn't even try to catch that pitch. So Young has walked and hit into a fielder's choice. He is 0 for 1. The pitch. That's a fastball for a strike. 1-1. Haverlow threw 73 pitches in 4 innings, 46 of which were strikes. Nice breaking ball for a strike to Young. It's 1-2. Gwynn is 6'3", 230 pounds, 28 years old, from the Woodlands, Texas. He pitched in relief in Game 1. That's the game that 51's won 8-5. 1-2 pitch. Fastball to the backstop again. 2-2. Well, you don't necessarily, as a hitter, want to dig in too much at this point, do you?
The only good part about it, both pitchers have been away from him to the backstop. If they're at him, that might be a little concern.
2-2. The pitch to Delwyn Young on the way. That one bounced to the backstop, nearly hit him in the foot. So it's now 3-2.
I'd have a little concern now.
Delwyn Young, I'm sure, has to wonder where he should station himself at this point. It is a 3-2 count. Gwynn pitched an inning plus in the first game. 3-2 pitch as a chopper up the first base side foul right into the photographer's well and out again. So it's still 3-2. Gwynn in that game allowed 2 unearned runs. He faced Young once and got him to ground out to second. He allowed 1 hit, and he walked 2 men. Here's another 3-2 pitch to Delwyn Young. And it's to the backstop again. I don't know when I've seen this. I don't know when I've ever seen 3 pitches to the backstop to 1 hitter. Now, Dick Williams, you've been around this game for a number of moons. Have you ever seen that to 1 hitter?
On an intentional walk, Joe Sparma threw 3 over our catcher's head. He was picked for us at Montreal for Gene Mock.
Okay.
Bad part is I'm the one that recommended Sparma to the Montreal organization. And he was our opening day pitcher.
Sergio Garcia takes a breaking ball for a strike. It's Garcia's first at bat. 0-1. Garcia hitting .327 with 5 homers and 19 runs batted in. Okay, that was during an intentional walk.
Yes.
What about unintentional? You ever seen it under those circumstances? The pitch is a strike.
Well, I think an intentional walk is even worse. We're supposed to be playing catch with a catcher. But they were balloons. They were higher and higher.
0-2. The stretch by Gwynn, and the pitch to Garcia. He takes low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Garcia played in last night's game, had an RBI single in 4th batch, plus a stolen base. In the series, he's 2 for 8. Garcia's having a very, very fine year. Young off first base being held on by Buddy. The stretch by Gwynn. There goes Young. The pitch is in the dirt, and Mathis can't dig it out, and so Young has a stolen base.
He's all over the place, isn't he?
2-2. Well, if you're Jerry Royster and you have some doubt in your mind as to whether or not you should send somebody, I guess it's a case of when in doubt, send them, because you never know when the pitch is going to be way high or in the dirt or what.
That's right.
And in that case, Mathis might have had a chance to throw out Delwyn Young, but not on a pitch like that. So that's Delwyn Young's first steal of the year. He's 1 out of 3 now. 4-1 Las Vegas, bottom of the 5th. And Garcia with a 2-2 count waiting on Gwynn. The pitch. In the dirt again. This time Mathis blocks it. It's 3-2. In the White Sox victory over the Toronto Blue Jays, Jermaine Dye hit his 13th home run. Rob Makowiak hit his 2nd home run for the White Sox. Toronto had a home run from Lyle Overbay, his 6th. Troy Glaus hit his 15th. Overbay actually hit 2. He's got 7 now. 3-2 to Garcia. Young off second. And Gwynn with a pitch. Nope, he steps off and checks Young back to the bag. Baltimore got a run in the 3rd. They lead the Angels now 2-1. Kelvin Escobar pitching for the Angels against Chris Benson. It's a good matchup. 3-2 to count. Gwynn looks back at Young. The stretch here. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball sliced on the right field line toward the 51's bullpen. Foul. And it bounces and goes up into the stands, and a fan did a nice catch on 1 hop. There you go. 3-2 still. Well, there are an extra innings in Pittsburgh, but Houston got a run in the 10th inning to lead 5-4, which can only mean that the Pirates need to score in the bottom of the 10th inning and send it beyond the 10th, right?
Well, that's what happened last time, yesterday. Houston scored a run, they came back and got a run.
3-2 pitch hits him. Wow. Sergio Garcia will take first base, so a walk, a stolen base. Garcia's hit on a 3-2 pitch, and Mathis goes out to visit with Marcus Gwynn, who is all over the place at this point, and Charles Nagy, who is the pitching coach for Salt Lake, will go out and speak to Gwynn. The batter's James Loney, who has doubled and scored and grounded out to first. Braves are playing home run derby at Wrigley. The wind must be blowing out. Pena has now homered to join LaRoche, Andrew Jones, Marcus Giles, Ryan Langerhans, Adam LaRoche, and Edgar Renteria has hit 2. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 home runs, and the game is only in the 7th inning. 12-6 Braves.
It's only blowing out when the Braves are bad, or what?
Good point.
Dusty's got to do something about that.
Breeze blowing across the field here from right to left. And Loney waits. The pitch. Hey, fastball. He swings hard and fouls it back. Strike 1. 0-1 to count. Seattle and Minnesota now tied at 3 in the 9th inning. That's in the Metrodome. Red Sox are trying to close out Tampa Bay in the 9th inning. They lead the Devil Rays at Fenway 5-0. What about the job by Jonathan Papelbon, the Red Sox closer?
18 for 18. That's truly amazing.
Loney, a check swing comebacker. Gwynn throws to third base for 1. Across to first, and safe at first is Loney. So, a check swing comebacker. And Loney just beat the return throw by the third baseman Mike Elward. Young is out 1-5. Garcia goes to second base in the fielder's choice. A lot of times you'll see the pitcher throw to second and try to start a double play that way, but Gwynn threw to third.
Well, Gwynn's been all over the place. Maybe he was aiming at second.
1 out, runners at first and second, and the batter John Weber, who's grounded out to third and singled and scored. He was aboard on the Eric Riggs home run.
You're absolutely correct. That's the play they work on all the time. The ball back to the mound on a check swing. The hitter's not going. It's a routine double play.
Weber takes a low fastball. Ball 1-0 the count. General Motors trivia question coming up in a little bit. Matt Wilhite, sidearming right-hander, throwing in the Salt Lake bullpen. As Gwynn looks in, gets the sign from Mathis. The 1-0 stretch and the pitch. Weber takes a little low pitch, and Jeff Mathis blocked it 2-0. Now, Gwynn having a rough time in this inning control-wise, but I don't know who's having a tougher time, him or Mathis.
Mathis is doing an outstanding job back there.
2-0.
We may run out of baseballs, though. Every one of them's been tossed out.
Garcia's at second, Loney's at first. The 2-0. Fastball foul back. You get a good pitch to hit that time and put a decent swing on it. It is a 2-1 count to Weber. Brad Lidge, bumped from the closer's spot because he's having such a rough start to the year, is trying to close out the Pirates now in the bottom of the ninth innings. We'll keep an eye on that game.
Yeah, they took him out of there for a couple of games. Then he was back in and got a save. Well, we'll see what happens.
2-1 on Weber. Gwynn from the stretch position delivers. Fastball is low again. He's been downstairs with most of his pitches to Weber, and maybe that's an overcorrection because he was up high earlier in the inning.
That's right. That's exactly what it is.
3-1. Chris Truby is on deck. Four to 1 in favor of Las Vegas in the bottom of the fifth. Game 3 of the series. Magnificent day at Cashman Field. Gwynn from the stretch. Looks back at Garcia at second. Here's the pitch. And a fastball off to the left and a high foul. Going back out of play. 3-2 on Weber. Weber and Mathis changing a few quips at the home plate area. Cardinals lead San Diego in the middle of the second now. 1-0 on a home run by, no, not Albert. Juan Encarnacion, his sixth. Stay tuned, though, to the point now where Albert Pujols gets headlines for not hitting one. 3-2 pitch to Weber. The runners go. The pitch is a ground ball to first base. And nice pickup by Buddy in between hops, and he steps on the bag himself for the second out. On the play, Garcia takes third. Loney goes to second. Weber is 1 for 3. And the batter's Chris Truby. Truby has fouled out. Then in a key play in the game in the fourth inning, with the game tied at 1, he batted with Weber at first base and 1 out. He had a ground ball to the shortstop, Pavkovich, who misplayed it for an error. A ball that probably otherwise would have been a double play and the inning would have been over. Instead, Riggs came up with 2 on and 1 out and hit a 3-run home run. Reeves has died down quite a bit. Second and third with 2 outs. The pitch to Truby. Breaking ball, he tried to hold up. He went way around. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. At the end of 2 in San Francisco, no score. Rockies and Giants. We'll keep an eye on that, as Barry Bonds is sitting on 7-14.
Is he playing today?
I will give you the definitive answer momentarily. Truby hits a ground ball to short. Pavkovich waits for it, picks it up, and throws to first to take care of Truby, and the inning is over. So Gwynn, despite the wobbly control, staggers through the fifth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the sixth. Las Vegas 4, Salt Lake 1.
This country is who we are. This country is in our hearts. For all you need, this country is here for you. This country knows what's real. They share just what I feel. They're here for you and me. This is our country.
Let's face it, insurance is confusing. If you're like most people, you have more questions than answers. So when you talk to someone at Country Insurance and Financial Services, you'll get straightforward answers and assistance. At Country, it's not just talking about service. It's about knowing the people you serve.
They're here for you and me. This is our country.
Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick.
This is our country.
See the Country Insurance and Financial Services agent near you or visit countryfinancial.com.
The Leroy Sports Hour, weekdays at 2 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Dear Vice President of Keeping Track of Me, when the day ends, we'll all be getting together for the signature taste of Budweiser and to laugh at all things corporate. Come on. It'll be fun. Jr., Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
We have completed 5 frames in Game 3 of this series at Cashman Field. And Las Vegas leading 4-1. Eric Riggs has had the big day so far. An RBI single and a 3-run home run to drive in all 4 runs. Russ Langer here along with former Major League manager Dick Williams. William Juarez pitching in the 6th inning to the middle of the Salt Lake lineup. Nick Gorneau takes a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Gorneau is at a sacrifice fly and grounded out to second, and a good play by Riggs, who was playing second at the time to get the ball, and a very good play by James Loney, who dug out Riggs' low throw. Here's the 0-1. Gorneau takes a slider for ball 1. 1-1 is the count. Barry Bonds was walked by Byung-Young Kim in his first at-bat today at San Francisco. And here's the 1-1 to Gorneau, and he sends a fly ball to center. Jeff Duncan's a busy guy. He comes in, looks up, and puts the squeeze on that ball. 1 out for Jeff Mathis. That's 6 putouts already for Jeff Duncan, and we're only in the 6th inning.
That's pretty good.
They're playing a little pepper game with Mr. Duncan today. 1 out, and here's Mathis, who's popped to third and flied out to center. Here's the pitch. Mathis hits a line drive deep down the left field line, curving foul. And back in the corner, strike 1. 1 strike on Mathis. Mathis, one of those Angel prospects who got called up but didn't hit much at all for the Angels and then sent back down. 0-1 the count to him. Juarez checks Bellarine, big leg kick. There's the 0-1. Breaking ball grounded to second, and it skips on the ground over to Garcia. He's got it. Throws on to Truby, 2 down in the top of the 6th. And that of Mike Elwood, who's 0 for 2 with 2 fly balls, 1 to right and 1 to center. Friends drinking milk 3 times a day supplies the calcium and other vitamins you need. Anderson Dairy, the dairy experts since 1907. All right, here is Elwood. Juarez trying to establish a little groove for himself. And that nice breaking ball in for a strike. 0-1. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 6th. Juarez delivering the 0-1. And a breaking ball misses inside this time, so he's thrown him 2 breaking balls, and the count is 1-1. 1 ball to 1 strike. The Dodgers called up an outfielder from Double-A Jacksonville who made his big league debut today, Matt Kemp. Ground ball to short. Valdez throws to first. The inning is over. 1-2-3. So the Salt Lake Bees. We'll have more about that later on. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And the score, it is Las Vegas 4 and Salt Lake 1.
Oh, Bob, are you still awake?
I can't breathe.
What's wrong?
It's my dog, Titus.
Oh, Bob.
Are you one of the millions like Bob who suffer from chronic sinus congestion? Now there's help from Carl's Jr. The new jalapeno burger is piled high with extra-strength jalapeno peppers.
Put this in your mouth, Bob.
All right.
Jalapenos contain capsaicin, a chemical that creates a burning sensation so intense it clears congested mucous membrane fast.
I can breathe again.
Oh, Bob.
The new jalapeno burger at Carl's Jr. with pepper jack cheese and spicy Santa Fe sauce. Available in single, double, and for those really tough colds. Extra strength Angus beef $6 burger. The previous claims are completely bogus. For a limited time at participating restaurants.
Papa Joe Chevalier and you join me weekdays at 4 right here on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
I've never seen a lineup quite like this one. The kitchen is loaded. The placemats are set. The bowls are on the table. He sees his granola crunch. He grabs the door. He swings. It's Anderson Dairy Milk all the way. Nothing makes breakfast taste better than milk. Over cereal with eggs, toast, and jam, or add some chocolate and shake things up. Here's our pitch. Milk. It's a real team player. From Anderson Dairy, the dairy expert.
We're back again at Cashman Field, bottom of the 6th, 4-1, Las Vegas leading it. Friends, Las Vegas 51's baseball is brought to you in part by Carl's Jr. with 25 convenient locations throughout southern Nevada, along with Dick Williams, Russ Langer here, and Marcus Quinn. I don't know, would you call it effectively wild? He didn't give up any runs or any hits in the one inning he worked.
No, he only walked one and hit one, and no wild pitches were charged. So I guess that was good enough to get through an inning. He was very fortunate.
Not often do you wear out the backstop and get through the inning and don't allow anything. But Gwynn in his inning, one inning, no runs, no hits. He walked one, hit one, and he's out of the game now for the right-hander Matt Wilhite, who's having a very good year and has pitched especially well against the Las Vegas 51s. Here's the pitch. The side-arming right-hander deals a strike to Eric Riggs, who has an RBI single and a 3-run home run off the top of the right field wall. It came in the fourth inning off Jeff Haverlow. Bottom of the sixth, 4-1. Las Vegas leading at the pitch. And that comes in low, 1 ball and 1 strike to count.
As Salt Lake's announcer said, the wind was blowing in afterwards. Now with Riggs up again, it's blowing out.
High pop up towards short. Papkevich looking up, and he makes the two-handed catch on the dirt. So they finally get Riggs out on this day. He is 2 for 3. 1 out for Edwin Bellarine, who has struck out, and he sent the fly ball to center field in his last at bat. Anyway, Wilhite is 2-1 with a 3.72 ERA. This is his 20th game. All in relief, he's got 1 save, 29 innings, 28 hits. He's walked 9, striking out 10. And the pitch, Bellarine takes a slider for a strike. Bellarine has struck out and flied out to center field. So Haverlow went 4, Gwynn went 1, now Wilhite. Here's the 0-1. Bellarine looks and swings at a pitch that's down and away. And it's now 1-1. Wilhite pitched last night. He went 2 hitless innings, looked good, perfect innings. He struck out 2 of the 4 men he faced. And nobody hit the ball out of the infield. Breaking ball is swinging and a miss, strike 3. So he makes quick work of Bellarine, who's 0 for 3. 2 outs, and the batter, Jeff Duncan. Duncan has grounded out, doubled off the left field wall, and reached on an error by the first baseman Buddy in the 4th and stole 2nd. So he's 1 for 3 today. He is 7 for 12 in the series. He's picked it up big time to get his average up to 286. And Wilhite with a pitch. And a sinker low and inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Wilson Valdez on deck. So Wilhite wearing number 5, delivering a slow breaking ball. He swings through that one. It's 1-1.
Usually a sidearm right-hander is good for a left-handed hitter.
The 51s have had trouble in the past with Wilhite. That kind of funky delivery of his. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Duncan. And that comes in low, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Duncan. Two and 1 to Duncan. Here's the pitch from Wilhite. And it's a high foul off to the left back out of play. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. We'll have some more updates later on. Nothing else dramatic to report. Philadelphia did beat Milwaukee. The final was 6-2. And we'll have some details on that game a little later on. Breaking ball, a high fly to right, hit pretty well. Gornell back, he's at the warning track. He looks up at the base of the wall, and that ball is gone. Just to the left of the 364 sign. Jeff Duncan is a hot hitter. And the 51s now lead 5-1. Duncan hits number 2. Another $50 donated by Bank of America to Special Olympics. That's the Dingers for Dollars program. And that means that Jeff Duncan now has 8 hits in the series and 13 at-bats. And Las Vegas leads 5-1. They've got 7 hits. The batter, Wilson Valdez. The pitch. And it's low, ball 1. And Dick Williams was just saying that a left-handed batter should get a better look at a guy like Wilhite. He got a pretty good look that time.
He had a good look.
Here's the 1-0 to Valdez, who's 1 for 3. The pitch. Sinker's a little low. 2-0. Well, they only play 10 innings in Pittsburgh. If I'm in Pittsburgh, I want my money back. Houston beat the Pirates with 4 in the 9th and 1 in the 10th, 5-4. Chad Qualls the winner over Solomon Torres. Brad Lidge did get the save. The pitch is a strike, 2-1 to Valdez.
I guess he's back in good graces now. I think I saw their game the other night. He got a save. And it was his first appearance since taken out of the stopper's role.
Line drive towards short, and Pavkovich is able to short hop it. He juggled it momentarily, throws to first, and gets Valdez. The inning is over. But the 51s get a run on a home run by Jeff Duncan. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no one left. After 6, Las Vegas 5 and the Salt Lake Bees 1.
Dear Mr. H2O, it's time for us to become reacquainted. Time to dive into every day and every cooler, filled with the signature taste of Budweiser. Budweiser beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
There was a time when kids played in the park on the way home from school, when folks held hands on evening strolls, and neighbors often became your very best friends. Once there was a time, now there is a place. Providence Master Planned Community. From the old-fashioned ballparks to lively paseos and bustling neighborhoods, this is where great traditions live again. Providence. North I-215 at Lullaby. Learn more at ProvidenceLV.com. An equal housing opportunity.
JP the Brick, weeknights at 7 on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
18 holes of lush green fairways await you. The grass is greener and the rates are golden at Mountain Falls Golf Club in Pahrump. The 7,082 par 72 Parkland-style golf course offers breathtaking views of the mountains and the refreshing feeling of wide-open spaces. Mountain Falls Golf Club 18-hole rates start at just $35. Please call 775-537-6553 for your next tee time or online at mountainfalls.com.
Excellent. Welcome back. We're going to the 7th inning. Las Vegas with a 5-1 advantage over the Salt Lake Bees. Las Vegas has 2 home runs today. One by Eric Riggs, his second of the year, a 3-run home run that broke a 1-1 tie in the 4th inning. Then a solo job a little while ago in the bottom of the 6th inning, added by Jeff Duncan. Jeff Duncan has caught fire in this series as he continues to really put the hurt on the Salt Lake pitching staff. William Juarez will work the 7th inning. This is the William Juarez report card through 6. First of all, a nice recovery from a bumpy start with his command and his body language, and he didn't look in sync at all the first couple of innings.
I think somebody in the dugout, whether it was Royster or the pitching coach, Howell, I think they set him straight because you're going to drive your defense down the drain, and we played good defense today.
There's a foul ball off to the right off the bat of Corey Myers, and that will settle into the seats. 1 strike. Myers has struck out and lined out to third. William Juarez, I mean, this is the best news of all for him and for the 51s. 75 pitches at this point, 44 strikes.
Excellent.
0-1 pitch to Myers. Breaking ball, and that one, if it missed just low. Good pitch. 1-1. Ryan Buddy next and Adam Pavkovich, the bottom of the order. General Motors trivia question coming up in just a second. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Juarez to Myers. And that breaking ball, a good-looking pitch again, but he missed with it. It's 2-1. Juarez allowed the run that he gave up in the first inning on a sacrifice fly by Nick Gorneau. Has not been touched since. There's a drive to right center. Moving over from right is Weber, and moving in to reach up and make the catch about cap high. 1 out. Juarez has retired 5 in a row since walking Curtis Pride in the 5th. And now Ryan Buddy, the catcher, coming up. He's the first baseman, I beg your pardon. A catcher playing first base. He's walked and flied out to center. Speaking of catching, that is the subject of our General Motors trivia question for today. Carlton Fisk holds the all-time record for the most games caught in a career. Fastball's up and in. Ball 1 to Buddy. When Fisk earned that record, the man that he passed was Bob Boone, who previously had held the record for the most career games caught. Here's the 1-0. Buddy hits a liner on 2 hops past the diving Garcia in the right center for a base hit. Buddy trying for 2 bases, and Weber can't pick the ball up. So Buddy's going to be safe at second base, and the batter's going to be Adam Pavkovich. We'll see if that's a double or a single and an error. Garcia went to his left. He had a little bit of a late break on the ball, but He made a nice effort diving and couldn't get it. Weber came over to pick it up, took a stab at it, and couldn't pick it up cleanly. So that is Pavkovich, who was grounded a second and popped out to second.
He kept running all the way on the play. Buddy did.
They're going to give Buddy a double, his first hit, and the fourth Salt Lake hit. The pitch to Pavkovich. A high foul off to the right, and that's back out of play, strike one. But Warriors has thrown a lot more first pitch strikes.
Yes, he has. In fact, you gave us pitch count at the end of 6 at 75. I bet at the end of after 2, it was, or after 3, it was a lot, mostly strikes all the way.
Mm-hmm. Strike one pitch to Pavkovich, and the pitch floats up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. So the record for the most games caught in a career is held by Carlton Fisk. It was previously held by Bob Boone. Prior to Bob Boone, who held that record? That's our General Motors trivia question for today. The 1-1 pitch. Pavkovich hits a drive to right field. Moving to his right is Weber. He makes the catch. Buddy's tagging, but he's not going anywhere. Weber winds up and throws a strike on one hop to Riggs, the third baseman. Nice throw by Weber. 2 outs. And the batter is Reggie Willits, who's popped up and singled twice.
I have 2 catchers. If it isn't Johnny Banks,
it is not.
Then is it Al Lopez?
It is.
Okay.
And once again, a sizzling line drive up the gap by Dick Williams.
From the time you started that, I said it's got to be either Banks or Lopez.
That was.
And Lopez just passed away earlier this year. I used to sit at Cardinal Newman High School. At Jesuit High School for my youngest son. His grandson caught for the Jesuit High School team. That same one Pinella went to school on. Go ahead.
Little flare back is short. Backing up is Valdez to make the catch. And the inning is over. We'll finish that story next time around. Willits pops out, and William Juarez is in the middle of what might very well be his best start of the year. So, Las Vegas is finished in the 7th inning, or rather Salt Lake is finished. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We've reached the stretch half of the 7th inning. And the score, the Las Vegas 51-5 and the Salt Lake Bees 1.
Nearly 60 years ago, St. Rose Dominican Hospital's mission of compassionate health care for every patient began in Henderson. And this summer, St. Rose will carry this mission to Southwest Las Vegas with the opening of their 3rd location, the San Martin campus. When open, San Martin will be more than a building. It will be a haven for the mind, body, and spirit. It will be more than quality emergency and cardiac care. It will be peace of mind. It will be more than 4 floors of all private patient rooms. It will be a place healing will call home. After all, they're building more than a new hospital. They're building a place for you and your family to find safety, peace, and well-being. The St. Rose Dominican Hospital San Martin campus, 8220 Warm Springs Road, near the intersection of I-215 and Durango Road in southwest Las Vegas. St. Rose Dominican Hospital's new San Martin campus. It's all about life. Visit strhospital.org to learn more.
Flat happy. I feel flat happy all over.
Fox Sports Radio 1460. It may shock you. KDNO Las Vegas.
Take me out to the ball game, or the grocery store, or work, or the Strip, with convenient public transportation from your RTC. Like Matt, Southern Nevada's environmentally friendly transit alternative. Or CAT, the Citizens Area Transit covering all of Southern Nevada. And the Deuce, a double-decker experience covering the Strip. Driving is our game, so hop on board the bus. Visit rtcsouthernevada.com for more information.
We are back once again here at Cashman Field. We have completed 6.5 innings of play, and the Las Vegas 51s are leading the Salt Lake Bees by a score of 5-1. The story so far today, very good pitching by William Juarez, who bounced back big after a little bit of a bumpy start in terms of command. And the 51s have 4 RBIs by Eric Riggs, including a 3-run home run from him, a solo home run from Jeff Duncan. And Delwyn Young takes ball 1 from the new pitcher, righty Greg Jones. And the pitch is low and inside, 2-0. Young has walked twice, stolen a base, and reached on a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 1. Sergio Garcia is next, then James Loney. in the bottom of the 7th inning, 2-0 pitch. And there's a very high pop-up, and backing up the shortstop, Pavkovich, on the left side, looking up with his shades on, makes the catch. And you need the shades on a day like today. 1 out, Young 0 for 2, and the batter is Sergio Garcia. Was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat in the 5th inning. Garcia came in as part of a major defensive overhaul on the part of the 51s in the 4th inning. And the fastball's low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes on Sergio Garcia. Greg Jones, a veteran, 6'2", 195. He's 29 years old from Seminole, Florida. There's a high pop-up again behind the plate. Mathis coming back, and he will not get it. It bounces just beyond the screen, takes 1 hop, and a couple of fans volleyball it up in the air, and it's grabbed by the fellow not far behind the press box here. 1 ball and 1 strike to Sergio Garcia.
I was ready in case it bounced all the way up here.
I'm glad you were. I got my chest protector on. Here's a 1-1. And a good tight slider. Spins in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. Greg Jones has a 1-3 record in 17 appearances before today. A 4.94 ERA and 4 saves. Pitch missing outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Greg Jones pitched in 2 innings the first night. That was the game the 51s won 8-5. He allowed no runs on a hit. He struck out 3, though. Here's the 2-2. And Garcia swings and misses and strikes out. So there are 2 outs in the Las Vegas 7th, and James Loney will come up now. So Dick Williams once again proves that when Dick is here on Sundays, we've got to ratchet up the difficulty.
No. Just well like it is.
Like I said, we've got to ratchet up the difficulty on those trivia questions because Dick keeps smoking them. Al Lopez and...
Well, I used to sit with him. In fact, we were the only 2 in the stands at the Jesuit High School in Tampa. My youngest son was playing there, and his grandson, who was the catcher on the ball club, and he was out every day to watch him play.
Line drive, base hit to right by James Loney on an 0-1 pitch. Going toward the line to pick it up is Gorneau. And James Loney is now 2 for 4 with a double and a run scored, and that single. First hit off Jones, hit number 8 for the 51s on the day. They lead 5-1 at the bottom of the 7th inning, and the batter is John Weber. Yes.
I had the pleasure of playing against Al's club when he had the White Sox. As he and Paul LaPalme regretfully remember, I was with Baltimore and hit a home run with a time running out to tie a ball game. And that's duly reported every year in some sports history. And why they took to me, I don't know, except it was the first home run I hit that year.
Maybe that's why. The pitch is low to Weber, who's grounded out, single and scored and grounded out again. Here's the pitch. Weber swings and misses at a low breaking ball, looked like. 1-1. And you had a chance last time the 51s were at home. You missed that Sunday game because you were in Baltimore.
I was in Baltimore. I didn't get the chance to get out and see a ball game, but I was with Hank Bauer, who won in '66, won the World Series. Go ahead.
Drive to right. Gorneau is going to catch that ball to finish the inning. And more about Dick's excursion over to Baltimore in a little bit. No runs on 1 hit, no errors and 1 left. We go to the 8th inning. The score, Las Vegas 5 and Salt Lake 1.
At Supercuts, we pride ourselves on listening to our customers, but there are exceptions. So what are we thinking today, Todd?
Let's shave it, except leave the words Todd Rules in the back. You know, in hair.
I don't think so.
All right. But hey, all my friends pay like $100 for their haircuts, so would it be okay if I did the same?
Yeah, that's not really Supercuts policy.
Oh, I got one. This side leave long, the other side bald. We can call it the 2 sides of Todd.
Saving them from themselves. Supercuts, we know how it is.
Vegas Clones, what is up? Catch me weekdays at 9 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio, 1460.
Bob, are you still awake?
I can't breathe.
What's wrong?
It's my dog's Titus.
Oh, Bob.
Are you one of the millions like Bob who suffer from chronic sinus congestion? Now there's help from Carl's Jr. The new jalapeno burger is piled high with extra strength jalapeno peppers.
Put this in your mouth, Bob.
All right.
Jalapenos contain capsaicin, a chemical that creates a burning sensation so intense it clears congested mucous membranes fast.
I can breathe again.
Oh, Bob.
The new jalapeno burger at Carl's Jr. with pepper jack cheese and spicy Santa Fe sauce. Available in single, double, and for those really tough colds. Extra strength Angus beef $6 burger. The previous claims are completely bogus. For a limited time at participating restaurants.
We're back again here at Caspin Field, top of the 8th inning, 5-1 Las Vegas. As the 51s lead to Salt Lake. William Juarez will work into the 8th inning with Curtis Pride, Howie Kendrick, and Nick Gorneau. Coming up, friends, this 51's stat summary brought to you by Country Insurance. William Juarez has thrown 85 pitches through 7 innings, 50 of them for strikes. That's the stat of the moment, and that's a pretty good stat for him.
And from the 4th inning on, most of them have been strikes.
The only man he has walked is the man who's up now, Curtis Pride, and he's walked him 3 times.
He walked Ryan Buddy also in the 2nd inning.
That's why we pay the big bucks, Dick. Make sure I stay in line. The pitch is foul back.
I didn't mean to correct you, but I know you look at that your thing on Pride, and there's nothing but BBs up there.
So 4 walks total. Pride has 3 of them, plus he has scored the only Salt Lake run. That was way back in the 1st inning. They count him as 1-1. So that stat summary brought to you by Country Insurance. This is strike to Pride, 1-2. Country Insurance and Financial Services, proud sponsor of the Las Vegas 51s, where you'll always talk to real people with real answers, real quick. Okay, a ball and 2 strikes on the veteran Curtis Pride. And Juarez 1-2 pitch. As a chopper to second. To his left is Garcia. He gloves, straightens up, throws, and gets him. And there is 1 out. The batter's Howie Kendrick. William Juarez has retired 8 of the last 9. Kendrick has single, line and a double play, and flat out to center. Okay, you were in Baltimore with Hank Bauer. Look at some former Oriole managers, Bauer, Earl Weaver, and Joe Altobelli.
Right, and I was in there shortly before you came in, I believe.
Yes.
And I didn't get the chance to see the ballpark, but they were I was a throw-in on a...
High drive to deep right toward the corner, slicing, and it is a foul ball. Strike 1 to Kendrick.
I was a throw-in. They had the 3 managers that won World Series for them. That was Altobelli and Weaver and Bauer. Bauer won it in '66. And they each won 1 World Series, so it was going to be a signing of those 3. And since I had been to Baltimore 3 different times, my agent thought, well, best maybe Dick joined them, too. And we had a nice reunion and had a real good time there.
The 0-1 to Kendrick. Breaking a shattered back ground ball to second. Garcia's got this one on 2 hops, throws out Kendrick. There's 2 outs, and
that's dangerous there. That is really dangerous. That jagged end.
And it ended up almost to the mound. I mean, just to the third base side of the mound, and there are bat fragments all over the infield. 2 down, and the batter's Nick Gorneau.
I bet every time Yeager sees that, he flinches.
Oh. Those of you not aware of it, catchers, it's almost universal now. They've got a flap from the front portion of the mask hanging down to protect their neck. Gorneau takes a fast strike, and it's 0-1. And it happened because when Yeager was an active player, he was on deck, and the hitter swung and his bat shattered when he made contact, and the jagged edge of the barrel came over and hit Yeager in the throat. There's a fly ball to deep right center. Going back in the ball is Weber. Weber backpedaling, reaches up, makes the catch as his feet touch the warning track. And so it's another easy inning for William Juarez, who has a chance to go the distance now. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Las Vegas 5, Salt Lake 1.
To whom it may concern, there comes a day when, frankly, the sun is too perfect, and the friends call, and the cooler screams for the bright, crisp, clean taste of Budweiser. Budweiser beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Chris Myers, weekdays at 3, only on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
If music was black and white, what would it sound like? But add a little color to it and... you can hear and see the difference. Now
Now let's apply this to, say, advertising. Classified advertising. What does your ad sound like? This? Or this? See, adding a little color can make your R.J. Sun classified ad really sing out. For just a little more, we'll add some real color to your ad. You will see and hear the difference. Call 383-0383. Expect more, get more out of your classified ad.
Call 383-0383 to place your R.J. Sun classified ad. 383-0383.
We're back again here at Caspin Field. Bottom of the 8th inning, Las Vegas leading Salt Lake 5-1. It has been a very, very good day for William Juarez. It didn't look like it was going to be early on. He had control trouble, and he didn't look like he was focused. He had problems. I don't know if it was concentration or what, but he had some serious issues out there in the first couple of innings, but he has looked magnificent since then. There's a high foul off to the right back of the play. Strike one at Truby, who's 0 for 3. Reached on the fielder's choice and scored a run.
Like you said, when we had that mishap, when Bellerin threw the ball after ball 4, he had to let it go, and the pitcher was upset because it was called a ball, and he hit the bat, and the ball went out in the outfield. Well, Royster went out, and you said, well, he had a few words to say to Juarez, and since then, he's more or less straightened out. It doesn't hurt to do a little chewing every now and then. I wanted to talk about something.
There's a call, third strike to Truby in the outside corner. Nice pitch by Greg Jones, who's in his second inning of work. He just got his second strikeout. One out for Eric Riggs. Yes.
About Frank Robinson the other day, what he did. Now, they say Frank had tears. I don't buy that. I know Frank. I know him quite well, and you can't find a tougher guy around. But what he did was definitely for a reason. LaCroix, I guess, they had stolen 7 bases on him and the pitcher. You know, that can happen. And he made this change in the middle of a hitter's at-bat. Changed catchers. And that's, I don't know if you heard about that or not.
I did. Riggs is up 0-2, and just to get folks caught up, Riggs 2 for 3 with a 3-run homer and a single, has knocked in 4 runs. Yes.
And he's played great defensively, both at third and both at second.
Here's the 0-2, and he takes a breaking ball outside 1-2. So what was your take on that?
Well, I know Frank, and Frank's as tough as they come. I can't believe he shed any tears, but he was very compassionate on what he did, and it's an unheard of thing.
Riggs swings and misses and strikes out. 2 down for Edwin Bellerin.
Pulling a player off the field. Hodges did it with Jones in left field, walked all the way out to left field and took him out, if you recall, when Hodges was managing the Mets.
And Billy did it with Reggie Jackson when he didn't go after a fly ball.
Same way, right. And you certainly don't want to show up a player. And I don't think that was in any way, shape, or form, knowing Frank, that was his intention. And he was apologetic for it so much that he nearly had tears. I can't buy the tears part, but I know what Frank was thinking about. I really do. And if anybody, I have sympathy for Frank Robinson in that case, because to me, he's a class person. I was able to have him at the end of his career and then manage against him. So, and what a ball player he was.
Pitch is low, 2-1. Bellerin 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, and is one of my all-time favorites. I mean, you know, people talk, with all due respect to the other players who played hard and went 110%. Bellerin swings and misses 2-2. Love Pete Rose. They talked about how Ty Cobb was, but I don't believe there was anybody who was more intense on the field than Frank Robinson. Earl Weaver has talked about it. He said he would rack up a guy at second base. He didn't care if it was 2-1 or 12-1. Ground ball to third base, and Elwood has it, throws across to first to complete the inning. I'd like to talk more about that, Dick, when we're done. 1, 2, 3 go to 51s in the 8th inning. And we go to the 9th inning, last chance for Salt Lake. William Juarez is going to try to get the first complete game of the year for the 51s. It's 5-1 Las Vegas.
IntelliBed is proud to be a sponsor of the Las Vegas 51. With the 21st century breakthrough called IntelliGel, IntelliBed is able to provide a level and quality of sleep that is unlike any other.
Mention that you're a 51 fan, and you'll receive $400 in free accessories with any mattress purchase. Visit any one of 3 Las Vegas area IntelliBed stores in Summerlin, Henderson, or Green Valley, or find them online at IntelliBed.com.
Planning on vacationing with a family on a road trip? Let the outstanding GM Goodwrench Service Department at Desert GMC Buick help you to get out of town, not into trouble. Desert GMC Buick has been rated #1 in customer service satisfaction in Nevada with the latest diagnostic equipment, GM-certified technicians, and genuine GM parts. So be sure your car is ready for that out-of-town trip. Come visit your GM Goodwrench Service Center, Desert GMC Buick at 6400 West Sahara in Las Vegas. Great service is something to be thankful for, and you'll find it at Desert GMC Buick.
The Sports Memo Radio Show, weekdays at 7 a.m. on Fox Sports Radio 1460.
You like that? That's the sound of speed waiting to be unleashed. You can get the same feeling with Cox High-Speed Internet, currently unleashing blazing fast speeds of up to 5 megs. That's up to 90 times faster. It's no wonder Cox High-Speed Internet was ranked highest in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power and Associates. So you think you're ready for Cox High-Speed Internet? Get it today for as low as $29.99 a month. Call 933-9854. That's 933-9854. For J.D. Power and Associates, for more information, go to jdpower.com. Limited time introductory offer. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Welcome back, friends, to Cashman Field. Top of the 9th inning. Las Vegas leading 5-1. Friends, did you know that a car is stolen every 25 seconds in the U.S.? Your car is one of your most important assets, so don't let it become a statistic. Get LoJack, the only stolen recovery system operated by the police. LoJack is now available for trucks, motorcycles, construction equipment, and even laptops. For more information or to find a dealer near you, visit LoJack.com. So, William Juarez is going to try to finish his own game, and the pitch is high, ball 1. And if you had seen the first couple of innings, you wouldn't think there was a great chance that the 51s would have Juarez on the mound in the 9th inning still, but he has really bounced back strong.
You're absolutely correct, Russ. I didn't see him going past what I thought he was through in that the 3rd inning when they did the uprising there, when they had men on 1st and 3rd, nobody out. But he got the good play by Riggs, line drive double play, and then got the next guy out, and he's been great ever since.
Pop fly to shallow right, Garcia going out, and Garcia makes a basket catch in shallow right field. Say hey.
Okay, you mentioned Willie Mays. We'll go back to that era. I had a guy I had the pleasure of playing with, although I sat on the bench most of the time, that was that same competitive way, Jackie Robinson. The same way, and he wouldn't give you it, but he took such abuse at the beginning of his career, and he was just giving a little payback but he did it all the time. He was tough.
Elward takes a strike. He's flied out to right, center, and grounded out to short. 5-1 Las Vegas, 1 out, nobody on top of the 9th. Boys breaking on a high chopper back at their tough play for Riggs. He grabs it, throws across the first, and gets him. Good play by Eric Riggs. This is a day for William Juarez and Eric Riggs. 2 down. And now it's up to Corey Myers, who struck out, lined out, and flied out. Juarez is 1 out away from the first Las Vegas 51's complete game of 2006. Yep, no question. Jackie Robinson, Frank Robinson. Here's the pitch. Fastball foul back by Myers. It's 0-1. Juarez is looking to bounce back also against a team that beat him back on May 1st in Salt Lake when he only lasted 4 innings and gave up 5 runs, 4, and then he walked 5. So he's really come back strong here. And the fastball foul back right over our heads up here. 0-2. What did we do to Corey Myers?
I don't know.
Now the crowd here witnessing a very, very fine performance, and they know it.
I love this. This is great here. People on their feet.
0-2 to Myers. Juarez rocks. Here comes his 2-strike pitch. Breaking ball lifted down the right field line, foul, and going beyond the bullpen area into the corner. It is an 0-2 count on Myers. Juarez has retired 7 straight. 0-2 on Myers. He only has 1 strikeout. He's walked 4, but he's been around the plate since early on. Here's the 0-2 look, and now Myers calls time and steps away.
Come on, don't dilly-dally now. Hit it and throw it.
0-2 pitch. Breaking ball foul back again. I think he wanted to, and Myers called time.
Yeah, he
break
did.
up his rhythm. So it's 0-2. By the way, Juarez has now retired 12 of the last 13. And it is still an 0-2 count on Myers. So Juarez gets a new ball. He looks in at Bellarine. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, a little liner into left center field. Here comes Duncan. Duncan is in the alley to make a diving catch, and the game is over. Jeff Duncan in the alleyway. A super catch.
A 7 fly balls he caught, right?
And he finished it with a great play. So Jeff Duncan, who homered, makes a tremendous catch in left center field. It looked like the ball was going to fall. And a diving catch by Duncan to preserve the first complete game of 2006 for the Las Vegas 51s. And what a job by William Juarez to go the distance on a 4-hitter against the number 1 offense in the Pacific Coast League. Salt Lake, the most runs scored and the highest team batting average. But William Juarez does the job. I'll be back with the totals. Dick Williams and myself will be right after this.
Who has free time? We're all taking care of too much at work and too much at home. We're attached to our cell phones and internet 24 hours a day. Aren't these conveniences meant to make life a little bit more, well, convenient? They don't. They just give us more time to squeeze in a little more responsibility every single day. Your Country Insurance and Financial Services agent knows you only have time for straightforward answers to your auto, home, and life insurance questions. That's why when you call with a question or problem, you won't have to press 4 or 5 numbers to get a real person. Even if your agent is unavailable, you'll speak to someone at Country's 24-hour service center, so you can use your free time a little more productively. Because let's face it, you don't have time to deal with insurance issues, but we have all the time you need. Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick.
This is our country. See the Country Insurance and Financial Services agent near you or visit countryfinancial.com.
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
There was a time when kids played in the park on the way home from school, when folks held hands on evening stroll, and neighbors often became your very best friends. Once there was a time, now there is a place. Providence Master Planned Community. From the old-fashioned ballparks to lively paseos and bustling neighborhoods, this is where great traditions live again. Providence. North I-215 at Mullify. Learn more at providencelv.com. An equal housing opportunity.
Welcome back, friends. We're here at Cashman Field, Las Vegas. A very satisfying victory for them against a very good ball club, Salt Lake. Las Vegas has now won 2 of 3 in this series, and they've won 6 out of 10 against this Salt Lake team, the Angels Top Farm Club, and the first-place team from their division, as the 51s get their record up to 28-22 and guarantee themselves that they will at least stay in first place come tomorrow, pending the outcome of the Tucson game later tonight. Las Vegas was half a game ahead of Tucson. For the moment, they're a game ahead. They'll be either a half a game or a game and a half, depending upon what Tucson does in their game against Fresno, as the Grizzlies go for their 7th straight win in Tucson. That'll be later on tonight. For Las Vegas to win 5-1. A tremendous pitching performance by starter William Juarez. 5 innings on 8 hits and 1 error. The 51s left 7 men on base. Salt Lake is now 29-20. They get a run on 4 hits and 2 errors. They left 6 men on base. Juarez gets the very well-deserved win with a masterpiece, as it turned out. 9 innings, 1 run earned on 4 hits. He only had 1 strikeout. Walked 4. So those numbers don't appear to be great, but they don't nearly tell the story. Juarez, a major comeback from early on the game when he did not look like he was in sync at all. He's now 4-4, the first complete game for the Las Vegas 51s during 2006. The loss goes to starter Jeff Haverlow, who's now 0-1 on the season. Home runs, 2 of them by Las Vegas. Eric Riggs, a 3-run homer in the 4th off Haverlow, his 2nd of the year. Jeff Duncan also hit his 2nd of the year, a solo job in the 6th. Off reliever Matt Wilhite. A crowd of 2,138 paid to see the game, and the time was a very brisk 2 hours and 16 minutes. Dick and I will be back to talk about this game, but before we go to the break, I want to give you some scores on the Pacific Coast League on the Tony Romo scoreboard in the PCL. Iowa beat Nashville. That final was 8-7 earlier. So that final score is in the books from Des Moines, Iowa. The Iowa Cubs collecting that victory over the Nashville Sound. So Iowa is now only 4 games back in Nashville for first place in the American North. Memphis leading Omaha, and Omaha 6-3. They're trying to make it 3 straight over the Royals. That game's at Rosenblatt Stadium. Brian Dahlback has hit a home run for Memphis, his 6th of the year. Meanwhile, in the 7th inning, New Orleans at home leading Oklahoma by a score of 9-4. And if they beat Oklahoma, that will bring them up to 27-23. And in other ball games, at the end of 2 in Tacoma, Colorado Springs leading by a score of 4-0 over the Rainiers. Sacramento, Portland, they've been rained out of the first 2 games of that series, and the start of this game is also being delayed by wet weather up in Portland. Round Rock and Albuquerque, Fresno and Tucson, that's all later on. We'll come back and recap this ball game. Dick Williams and myself will describe what went on here and also talk about the Major League scores as the Tony Roma's scoreboard will continue on the post-game show right after this.
Special auto insurance report for Las Vegas 51 fans.
Special agent, Cosby.
When you get your fast free quote from Esurance, you can also view comparisons from other companies.
That way, how much you save with Esurance is no secret.
That's right. And with 24/7 customer service and claims handling, you can get help from people who make auto insurance feel a little less alien to you.
How can someone get their fast free quote from Esurance?
It's definitely not an undisclosed location. All you have to do is visit Esurance.com.
Auto insurance that's fast.
There was a time when kids played in the park on the way home from school, when folks held hands on evening strolls, and neighbors often became your very best friends. Once there was a time, now there is a place. Providence Master Planned Community. From the old-fashioned ballparks to lively paseos and bustling neighborhoods, this is where great traditions live again. Providence. North I-215 at Mullify. Learn more at providencelv.com. An equal housing opportunity.
Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Hey, Nick. Didn't I just cut your hair yesterday?
Yeah. Remember when you said my Supercuts haircuts would help me get noticed by women?
Uh-huh.
It worked a little too well.
You are my Swoopy.
Please, I'd like to introduce you to my Supercut stylist, Tina. Tina, this is Barbara.
Brenda, hey. And I'm so excited to meet the woman who makes my special guy look so cute.
I can't breathe.
Supercuts is quick, right?
We're fast.
Because I can't stand to be away from my poopy pins.
Kill me, please.
Supercuts. We know how it is.
Welcome back, friends, to Caspin Field. This one is over. The Las Vegas 51s get a 5-1 victory. William Juarez, a sparkling performance, and he had some nice offensive help from Eric Riggs and Jeff Duncan, and some good defensive help also from a number of his mates. 51's a major defensive overall early in the ball game as they shifted things around as far as position players were concerned when Joel Guzman was lifted for the game after hitting into a double play. But the 51s weathered all of that, and an early Salt Lake run and a threat in the third when the Bees had runners at the corners and nobody out, which is something that the 51s duplicated in the bottom of the third. Runners at the corners, nobody out, and neither team scored. Salt Lake, though, got the scoring going in the top of the first off Juarez, who really did not look like he was in sync the first couple of innings. With one out, he walked Curtis Pride. Some of the pitches were close. Juarez didn't like some of the calls, and you could tell by his body language that the things were not going well for him. Howie Kendrick on a hit-and-run play, single to right, a well-executed play by Kendrick to get Pride over to third base. And Nick Gorneau plated Pride with a sacrifice fly. And Salt Lake, which had won last night's game, was showing why they have the number one offense in the league with a 9-6 victory, where they were up by a score of 1-0 at the end of one. Las Vegas got even in the bottom of the second against Jeff Haverlow when James Loney doubled and 2 outs later scored on a base hit by Eric Riggs. And at the end of 3, it was a 1-1 game. In the bottom of the fourth, though, that's when the 51s got to Haverlow. It wasn't all his fault, though. With 1 out, Weber singled. Chris Truby hit a ground ball to the shortstop, Adam Patkovich, which should have been an inning-ending double play. But Patkovich misplayed it for an error, and Weber wheeled over to third base on that. That kept the inning going for Eric Riggs. He hit a home run that hit the top of the fence and bounced way up in the air and then went over for a 3-run home run, his second of the year, and it was 4-1 Las Vegas. Riggs had knocked in all 4 Las Vegas runs. Meanwhile, the turning point for William Juarez seemed to happen in the Salt Lake third. Reggie Willits had single to center field. Curtis Pride was up. Willits was running on a 3-1 pitch, which was ball 4. Bellarine, the catcher, had to make a throw to second base. It was a close pitch. and on the throw, he was hit near the right hand by the bat of Curtis Pride accidentally. And not only that, but his throw hit the runner Willits and caromed away in the shallow center field. So Willits went to third base on ball 4 to Curtis Pride, and Bellarine was shaken up. Didn't look good for the 51s at that point. It was a 1-1 game, but the hot-hitting Salt Lake Bees had run into the corners with nobody out. And Howie Kendrick coming up, a 370 hitter, and Bellarine's wrist was hurting, and Juarez was upset by some of the calls, and so that break turned out to be the turning point. Jerry Royster went out near second base, had a few words to say out there, went toward the mound, said some things to Juarez, then checked on his catcher Bellarine, who ended up staying in the game. That's when the turning point took place. Pride was running on a pitch to Kendrick, who hit a line drive to the second baseman Riggs, who caught the ball and stepped through to first base to complete the double play. And there were 2 outs, and Nick Gorno grounded to second. Riggs got it, threw to first base in the dirt. James Loney a good dig on the ball. And at the end of 3, it was a 1-1 game. William Juarez was never in trouble after that. He did work out of a situation in the 5th with 2 outs. Willett singled and Pride walked, but Kendrick flied out to deep center field. After that, after he walked Curtis Pride in the 5th inning, Juarez was, as they say, lights out.
14 out of 15 he retired.
Right, 14 out of 15. Ryan Buddy's double to right center, the only blemish there. And so he just did a magnificent job. He ended up throwing a total of 103 pitches, 66 for strikes. And so just can't ask for a better performance than that.
Complete turnaround. Of course, you have to give credit to Juarez, because he was on the mound, but I think his manager and his pitching coach had a lot to do with it, getting him on the right track without getting the ball, throw strikes. And he threw strikes from the 4th inning on.
Absolutely. So the 51s led 4-1 into the bottom of the 6th inning, and that's when they scratched for another run. This time Matt Wilhite, with 2 outs and nobody on, served one up to Jeff Duncan, who hit it over the right field fence. Duncan having a magnificent breakout type of series. He has 8 hits now in 13 at-bats, including today where he hit a double off the left field wall and hit a home run, and after he reached on an error in the 4th inning by first baseman Ryan Buddy, also stole another base. So a big day also for Duncan and for Riggs, and the biggest day of all, William Juarez, who threw a gem, the first complete game of the year for the 51s. Las Vegas wins the ball game by a score of 5-1. The big news in Major League Baseball, Barry Bonds hit career home run number 715 in the ball game in San Francisco against the Rockies and against Byung-Hyun Kim. For Bonds, it was a 2-run home run, and so he now has 715 career home runs, and he is 40 behind Henry Aaron, as he has now gone past to Babe Ruth officially on the all-time home run list. Your thoughts, Dick Williams?
Well, I'm happy for Barry. Listen, that's a lot of home runs, 715. Now maybe everybody will just back off a little until we find out what the grand jury decides.
And that is the case. So the 51s, with his victory here, now we can check the rest of the scores on the Tony Romo scoreboard, which we'll do right now. They have got a game that would make any Pacific Coast League ballpark proud in Wrigley Field right now. The Braves and the Cubs, like 2 heavyweights, are banging each other over the head. In the bottom of the 9th inning, the Braves have blown a 12-8 lead. The Cubs got 4 runs to tie the game. It is 12-12. The teams have combined for 24 runs and 32 hits, each with 12 runs, each with 16 hits. The Braves have muscled up and have hit home runs all over the place. The Cubs don't have any home runs, but the Braves have 2 by Edgar Renteria, 1 by LaRoche, Langerhans, Giles, and that's of course Andrew Jones. LaRoche has a pair, and so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 home runs by the Braves. Pena also a home run for the Braves. Half of their hits have been home runs, but the bullpen has not done the job, and so now they go to the 10th inning at Wrigley. Think those fans are a little excited over there? 12-12. Braves and Cubs at Wrigley Field.
Did they cut off the beer sales after 7 innings?
I don't know. Maybe you reinstituted it and cut it off after 14 innings. Bottom of the 5th inning, St. Louis leading the San Diego Padres 6-2. Not to be outdone by Barry, Albert Pujols has hit his 24th home run. He has a chance to be pretty good, doesn't he?
Listen, he had the best record of the first 5 years for any player in the modern era. Maybe they'll follow Pujols a little more now and slack off on Barry. Well, I hope so.
At Barry's suggestion, by the way.
Yeah, that's right.
Encarnacion has also homered for St. Louis, and Bellhorn and Josh Bard have homered for San Diego. A 6-2 lead for the Cardinals at Petco Park in the bottom half of the fifth inning. By the way, the Giants-Rockies, bottom of the fifth inning, 6-2. Rockies with a lead there. And again, Barry Bonds, congratulations to him. Home run number 7 on the year, career home run number 715. The Washington Nationals beat the LA Dodgers 10-4. Ramon Ortiz, who's had his ups and downs, a former Angel, got the victory for the Nationals, and he beat Jay So. It was not a good day for Dodger right-hander Jay So, who was hit very hard, often and early, and took the loss to go to 2-3. Zimmerman, Soriano, and Johnson homering for the Nationals. For Zimmerman, number 8, Soriano 18, Johnson at 2. He's got 12. Almedo signs at number 5 for the Dodgers. The Mets beat the Florida Marlins at Miami 7-3. El Duque, since the trade, he picks up that victory for the Mets, his third over Ricky Nolasco. Beltran home run number 14 for the Mets. Hermidia hit a home run for the Florida Marlins, his first of the year. The Reds got 2 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th, and a home run by Javier Valentin, and beat the Diamondbacks in Cincinnati 5-4. Friel and Hatterberg also went deep for the Reds. Weathers over Valverde in that ball game in Cincinnati. In Philadelphia, the Phillies beat the Milwaukee Brewers 6-2. Madsen over Evelyn, the former Nashville Sound. Koski homering from Milwaukee, and Ryan Howard connecting for the Philadelphia Phillies. Howard's got 17 now. In 10, yeah, they only play 10 at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Houston got 4 in the 9th to tie, 1 in the 10th to beat the Pirates 5-4. Qualls over Torres, Liz the save, Bay and Batista homering for the Pirates. Jason Bay has 16 round trippers now for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Meanwhile, in the American League, in 10, the Minnesota Twins took one away from the Seattle Mariners by a score of 4-3. Nathan over Guardado. Morneau and Lou Ford homered for Minnesota. Lopez went deep for the Mariners. At Fenway, looked like the Red Sox were going to cruise. They didn't cruise. They did win. They nearly blew a 5-run lead in the 9th inning. They had to hold on to beat Tampa Bay 5-4. Tim Wakefield over Hendrickson. Tavares had to come in and get the save, his first. No home runs at Fenway today. The White Sox defeated Toronto in Toronto 7-5. Garland over Taubenheim. Jenks to save. Overbay hit a pair for Toronto. Troy Gloss hit his 15th. The White Sox had home runs from Rob McCoyak and Jermaine Dye, who hit his 13th of the year. Cleveland to beat Detroit 9-0. Johnson over Rogers. Travis Hafner his 14th home run for Cleveland, and Jason Michaels, the ex-Philly, went deep also for the Indians, who'd cooled off the Tigers with that win for Michaels, his second home run of the year. The Detroit Tigers, nevertheless, have the best record in baseball right now, Dick, and that's a pretty promising young club they have over there behind Jim Leland.
Yeah, and they were, Leland just done an outstanding job turning the thoughts of that franchise around and making them believe in themselves. He's an outstanding manager after his, 5-year hiatus, something like that. But Rogers, he's been brilliant for Detroit, and he got shut out today. Just one of those things.
Meanwhile, the Yankees talk about blowing leads. We're ahead 6-0. The Yankees held on to beat Kansas City to take 2 out of 3 of the Royals. And the Bronx, the final was 6-5 in that ball game. And the Yankees got the victory from Jared Wright, who beat Renelvis Hernandez. Rivera to save Johnny Damon a home run against his original team, Kansas City, his 6th of the year. In the 7th inning, the Angels beat Baltimore 4-3, leading Baltimore now 4-3. Kellen Escobar against Chris Benson. Those are the 2 starters in that ball game. And now Scott Shields has relieved Escobar in the 7th inning. Oakland, Texas, later on. Kirk Saarloos, who is 2-2, will go for the Athletics against Vicente Padilla, who is 4-3 for Texas. Tomorrow, Dick and I will be describing the action from Cashman Field once again to wrap up this 4-game series. And the Sacramento River Cats, always an interesting matchup when they hit town, they will be here come Tuesday. Eric Gagne will pitch the 9th inning, regardless of what the situation is, tomorrow. So we invite you to come out on Memorial Day to check it out. 2 good lefties. Eric Stoltz, 3-5 for Las Vegas, a 5.44 ERA, coming off a very good outing in Round Rock, where he really deserved a better fate. 6 innings, only 2 hits and a run, but absorbed the loss nonetheless. And one of the top left-handed starters anywhere in AAA, Joe Saunders, will pitch for Salt Lake. He is 6-2 with a very fine earned run average of 2.89, which is now good for 10th best in the PCL. And we'll get underway at 11:50 for the pregame show. Eric Gagne has agreed to join us for the pregame show tomorrow. We look forward to that. First pitch at 12:05. Dick and I once again here. Dick, a great job again. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Enjoyed it very much, Russ. Nice talking to you.
Very, very good. And my thanks also to Armando Vasquez, our studio producer back in the Fox Sports Radio 1460 studios. Another job well done. Until tomorrow, Russ Langer for Dick Williams, thanking you all very sincerely for tuning in to the 51s and the Salt Lake Bees today, and wishing you all a very fine Sunday from Cashman Field in Las Vegas, Nevada, where today the Las Vegas 51s defeated Salt Lake 5-1. So long.
You've been listening to Las Vegas 51s Baseball on Fox Sports Radio 1460. 51s Baseball is brought to you by Carl's Jr., Budweiser, Golden Nugget, Cox Communications, Anderson Dairy, and Pepsi. Keep it locked right here on the home of the 51, Fox Sports Radio 1460.
Las Vegas 51, they're out of this world.